block party claps and double digits. Got the Barclays clicking, the whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we two Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
There you go.
I edited it.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. Back in the day, J-Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a jam sport. D-Lo with the dribble, drive handoff, pick and roll, full contact. This is a man's sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, Z-Dub defending. The Brooklyn block party claps and double digits. Got the Barclays clicking, the whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we two Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. 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 B-R-O-O-K. We well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
And hit. Cam Thomas.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and Jay just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. The sturdy or Millie rock like a FanDuel. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
Establish a culture.
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout out to all of the Nets fans. We the best fans. Shout out to JTV for joining the panel. Shout out to Iceman for joining the panel. Y'all can hear me?
Okay, well, I guess Breeze ain't here, but welcome to Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog.
Nah, we can hear you though.
What?
We can hear you.
I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before.
Did you hear me, Ice?
Yeah, I could hear you. I heard everything you were saying.
Oh, where he was talking? I ain't hear shit.
Yeah, he was talking.
I was shouting you out. I was shouting, saying shout out to this is JTV, shout out to Ice, shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. Yeah, man. Shout out to Leaf. We definitely want to talk the episode with the Brooklyn Nets scouting report. Definitely glad Ice is here because you know what I mean. It gives you a walk in the life of what a scout actually has to do. You know, they got a lot of scouts too. You know what I'm saying? They got international scouts. They got scouts that just watch teams in in America. So it's just a lot going on. I just wanted us to recap it. Also, shout out to Leaf 4788. Y'all can subscribe to this podcast. You reached 300 subscribers the other day. Shout out to Ice. He on TikTok and he on YouTube. Same handle, a tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. You can find This Is JTV everywhere. Same handle. You gotta spell is with a Z. Yeah, man, we out here, man. We gonna cover the draft, the scouting report, and the Zion Williamson in trouble. I'll let y'all decide, man. What y'all want to start first with? What y'all want to talk about first?
I'll be honest with you, bro. That Zion situation looking scary as hell. The shit had popped up. I peeped at it because I had something else that I was gonna do actually on YouTube, but the Zion situation, yeah, that's damn, bro. Ah, man, I don't
Hold
even know
on.
what to
Let's
say,
let's
bro. Like,
yeah, nah. Let's give the facts to what the article says, and
Oh,
then we'll get into our opinions afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Pellet. What you say, Ice?
no, no. I was just looking at it. I seen it, but I ain't really, you know, what I'm saying, get into it.
Yeah.
I ain't really looking into it like that.
Where Pelican Zion Williamson accused of rape in lawsuit denies claims. He denies it. He's not even saying he did it. He's saying that didn't happen. It says New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson has been accused of rape and domestic violence in a civil lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court late Thursday by a woman who said she dated him for almost 5 years, beginning when he was a freshman at Duke. One of the glaring things that's staying out to me is civil, not criminal. Rape is a serious thing. You should want that person to be punished for real. Civil is just asking for money because of the legal matter. So that stands out a lot for me. All right, so the woman identified as Jane Doe in the lawsuit is seeking an unspecified amount in damages from Williamson. It's a money grab. In the lawsuit, she alleges that Williamson repeatedly raped her, hit her, and kicked her, and made her fear for her life in several instances. Before the relationship ended in June 2023, she also alleged that Williamson falsely imprisoned and stalked and threatened to kill her, and that he had a pattern of abusive, controlling, and threatening behavior. Williamson denied the allegation in a statement through his attorneys, Baruso, Austin, Kupperman, Freeman, and Salver, LLC. The allegations contained in the complaint are categorically false and reckless, his attorney said. Williamson attorneys disputed the nature of the relationship, saying he and the woman never dated but maintained a consensual, casual relationship. They were having sex. They said they had reported the plaintiff's extortion attempts to law enforcement and that Williamson intends to file counterclaims that seek significant damages for this defamatory lawsuit. Williamson attorneys did not respond to a request for more information on communication with law enforcement. Um, I'll just keep reading. It says Sam Taylor, a lawyer for the woman, said there were numerous misrepresentations in the response from Williamson attorneys and denied that it was extortion intent. Williamson and the woman had previously engaged in a formal mediation, before she filed a lawsuit, Taylor said, but the dispute was not resolved. We look forward to the day that our client can get this case to trial and let a jury decide who is credible and who is not credible. So it looked like they tried to settle out of court for some money. She wanted more money, so now we're here. Williamson played at Duke for one season before becoming, we all know this. Okay, it's leading to something. In her lawsuit, the woman says Williamson raped her in September 2020 after he moved to Beverly Hills, California, according to the complaint. Williamson's agent picked her up at a hotel and drove her to his home. When he came home later that night, he said the woman could not go to sleep without having sex with him. When she refused, according to the lawsuit, Williamson pinned her down on the bed and raped her. He did so again, she said, several weeks later after she had considered leaving to go see a friend and then took her phone and laptop away so he could not leave or get medical attention. So she could not leave or get medical attention. Okay. The woman said that Williamson repeatedly sexually and physically assaulted her through 2023. She also said that Williamson filmed her without her consent, and when she tried to break up with him, said he would disseminate the new photos and videos of her.
Disseminate.
Sorry, Mom, okay.
Disseminate. Show it to people. Give it to people.
Right, disseminate. Williamson, according to the lawsuit, also said he would threaten to have his security guard shoot the woman in the head at a time when the security guard was with them and carrying a loaded gun. The lawsuit said that Williamson also threatened to have the security guard kill her parents and told her that he knew their home address.
I bet you that security guard like, I wasn't going to shoot nobody. Fuck they told me.
The woman, according to the complaint, suffered several emotional distress, anxiety, depression, humiliation, loss of sleep, and other physical and emotional injuries. Because of Williamson, she has sought counseling since their relationship ended 2 years ago, Taylor said. This is a major undertaking, Taylor said. She knew what he was going to say about her. Okay, now we're going to all have our takes on it. I'll go first. I think it's a money grab. honestly, in my opinion, based on what I read, I think it's a money grab. Now, that being said, um, grape is a serious thing, and if he did this, then he should be penalized. It should be a criminal court, not civil court. No, I imagine no amount of money can heal a grape wound. I imagine it does mental and emotional damage outside of the physical damage. And for her to only be looking for a monetary gain, it just seemed like a money grab. But hopefully, this did not happen, and it is just only a money grab, and he did not do this because I think grape is one of the most ugliest and wicked things that could happen to a person, that you could do to a person. So Godspeed. But that's it, man. That's all I got for this. Anybody want to speak to this?
Nah,
Yeah, yeah. Just to say, I do think it's a money grab, but with the history that Zion already got off the rip already, and being in the state of Louisiana, playing being an athlete in the state of Louisiana, a la Texas, um, he might be able to walk away clean from this, but what I would advise is just in the future, bro, is just like, yo, just stay clear away, bro, because they still trying to get Deshaun Watson, bro, off the or off them instances or off the massage instances though that he had since he got out of the state of Texas since he got traded from Houston. And now he in Cleveland, bro. So they still trying to ruin his career, bro. Like them people in the South, man, they don't mess around. So I don't know how far this really goes or how far the suit really goes, but I'm just hoping, man. I'm just hoping, man. Like, yo, this shit don't end up being all crazy. But that's all I gotta say about it.
You guys say this or this Ice J? How y'all feel about it?
you know what I'm gonna say? Just having money or no money, man. You just gotta be careful with the people you deal with and how you act. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Those things just be sounding wild, crazy when you hear it, especially with people that got like I ain't gonna say money makes power, but money makes power. You know what I mean? So when you hear it from someone that got, you know what I'm saying, you could deal with damn near anybody, and you end up in a situation like that, it just don't look right on you, like you saying. And it leave a bad stamp on your name, you know what I mean? And you in a place where now you might be traded. You know what I'm saying? You're looking to get a new start, and now this pops up. It just don't look good on your resume. You know what I mean? You gotta be more
Yeah,
careful out here.
yeah, no, I agree. I agree. What you got on this, Jay?
Uh, Not much. I didn't hear nothing about it besides what you read. The only thing that came to my mind, I was like, damn, poor security guard. Know what I mean? Because even if Zion said that bullshit, that don't mean the security guard was planning to do any of that shit. Like
Right,
if because if he said it to her, he probably ain't even ever say that to the security guard. The security guard like, what are you talking about? I wasn't gonna shoot nobody, man. I wasn't gonna lose my license for Zion or nobody. Fuck out of here. But
right. I got a family to feed.
right. Cause
Right,
that's a crazy claim to say, yo, I'm gonna have my security guard shoot you in the head. Like, is he a security guard or is he a hitman? The fuck?
yeah. I just think it's unfortunate but to add emphasis, he need like some Kevin Samuel coaching. You know what I'm saying? He need to be trying to find a high
So he needs
value woman.
divine
You know what I
intervention.
mean? Nah, I just think that I thought I said it. I was being funny, but I think these players don't understand that the women be hunting them. You know, they be trying to fuck like they the guys. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like trying to bag them and shit because they see a payday. They see if they get pregnant, they gonna ask for child support, and now they trying to find situations where even if they not pregnant or married, you can still get caught up in the mix where you owe this chick money. I mean, this
Yeah.
woman money. And again, my point is, it's a it's rape. Grape is just as ugly as lying about it. If a man did not do that to you and you lie on him and say that, that is a ugly. That is just as ugly as him doing it to you.
Yo, And I heard that they starting to give out some time for those who lie on it. You know what I mean? They starting to switch it up. If you do a false claim, you getting some time for it. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, no, but you gotta even the playing field because even if the woman doesn't get the money, and 9 times out of 10 they do get the money, and 9 times out of 10 these cases are civil, which I consider, I side eye, because if a man actually did that to you, you should want him locked up.
Facts.
So, and like,
In the comments, I see somebody says Zion need to stay away from randoms, but I think that's why he's paying women so that they could be quiet, and it's not happening that way. Like, it's not like he got the random chick from Walmart. Well, I don't know if this one is, but the last ones that they was talking about was women of the night that were professionals. So he was probably expecting some professional decorum to go along with that, some discretion, some was I don't know, for lack of better words, just somebody that's going to keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it gotta be. You know what I'm saying? That kind of lifestyle where they, have that kind of access. These guys are millionaires. You know what I mean? And they just gotta know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And not to say it like that. I don't want to sound cold because any of these guys could get caught up, but you know, you can't be naive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that these women have intentions. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see him get caught up in the mix with this shit. You know what I mean? Hopefully he didn't do it. I totally detest it. I don't think there's any reason that a woman that should happen to a woman at all ever. There's never an excuse to defend that happening to a woman, regardless. Even if you right there and you on third base about to slide home, and then she say no, bro, go in the bathroom, tug one off, get up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
No
And
means no.
right,
Facts.
exactly. No means no. It just the worst you got is embarrassment, but you don't want to compromise the integrity to your soul, bro.
Yo.
That's how I look at it. I think it's that bad.
And on the other foot though, these women just can't be chasing these dudes with bread. You don't know them like that, and you trying your hand. You know what I mean? Because dude got bread, he could put you up in a spot or something, like take you out, treat you nice or whatever. But you know what I mean? You don't know what you're really dealing with. So yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all women got to be careful as well too. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Shout out to Love and Aries. She's in the chat. She said that's right. It's not worth it. And good evening. That's what's up,
Love,
man.
what's going on? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think I just found my dream job. I want to be internet police. That ass.
What?
I want to be internet. I want to be internet 50.
Well,
That
yo,
ass.
what you mean?
I want to be internet police.
How you gonna do that? Where's the job at?
No, 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 no. You gotta you gotta do it by site. You gotta do it by site to site. Like usually
Uh,
cause if for those of y'all that don't know whatchamacallit, I've been on the Robinhood app, and stream services just opened up they just opened up their stocks, like stream services, the people that power like streams and shit, like StreamYard or Restream and IG Live, all that shit, bro. I want to be internet police like that. I want to be the nigga that's in charge of that shit, like, but like just to keep like just to keep the freakazoids out of this shit and all that. Yeah,
but
them type of niggas, man.
that means you're gonna have to look at a whole lot of freakazoid shit to prevent the community from seeing it.
That yeah,
Like
that's the fuck
you gonna be the official dick pic checker.
Yo.
that's that's the fucked up part about it, bro. Because as soon as they flash the camera, you know how like you when you drop the joint up in the link, bro, like, and then they flash the camera, bro, like boom, that like then you gotta hawk the IP address, then you gotta hawk the area and all of that, bro. Like, but that's gonna be the fucked up part about it.
I thought about that before because my man, when we was younger, was like, "Yo, I'm trying to be a gynecologist when I get older. I'm gonna see all the pussy," and I'm like, "You gonna see all the bad ones too, though. All of the
Exactly.
you gotta fix it. It ain't
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like you seeing all
gotta
the
put
good
you
shit."
gotta put that back together. Yeah, you gotta put the ruined ones back together. Like so some chick
There's some chicks, bro, that done had a lot of mileage, bro. Like you got to put that back together, bro. So like yeah, that's bad. But I want to be internet police, bro. Like that ass. I'm gatekeeping all that, bro. Like all that.
Said
That's my
gatekeeping and all that.
all that. Like you say some shit that's out of line, done. You gotta find a new phone, new address, new IP, all that. You out of here.
Yo, this is so funny because I know it started with not necessarily here, it could be anywhere, but becoming the moderator. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I've been getting, they said some people they'd be like, yo, I ain't even say much and I got timed out. I'm like, nah, that wasn't me. And all roads lead to Leaf.
That was me. That was me.
Leaf been putting a lot of the guys
Yes.
on timeout in that chat,
Yes.
man.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You talk crazy in the chat, bro. Like, and I see it, bro. Like, and I'm not giving you no warning, bro. You out of here, bro. Like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. Nope. Straight up arrested on point, bro. Like that's it, bro. You do not pass go, do not collect $200, going straight to jail. The body.
All right, so how do you want to clean up the stream streets, man? What do you want to accomplish by having that occupation?
Well. First and foremost, bro. I mentioned like the people that's just coming on and just trying to spam and do like the make a whole bunch of accounts and all that shit and just be like, yo, I'm him, this person, and when they really not that person, that too. Got to get them up out of there. Number two, bro, got to get the people that be talking wild in the chat up out of there, bro. Like just not talking about the topic at hand, bro. Like, got to get them up out of there, bro. Like, y'all getting three strikes with me. And, like, the first one, you getting 24 hours. The second one, you get 72. And then the other one, bro, yeah, you up out of here, bro. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit, bro. Like, that's number two. Number three, gotta start packing up. Oh yeah, I'm being petty. Yes, priest. Yes, I am. I'm being very petty. Yes, I am. I mean that. You can put that chat up, bro. I'm being petty. I'm being petty in all. Like, yo, you been crazy on IG Live, on all of them little streams and all that stream service shit. You out of here, bro. Get locked up. Straight up. I ain't even showing my face. I'm just sending you a message through your email. You get locked up. You're gonna have to find a new computer, new address.
That's what one of your Infinity Stones is for.
That's out of there. Snap away. Out of there. Out of there. I'm not dealing with none of this shit no more, bro. Yes, I am being petty, priest. Yes, all the way. I mean that. Sick and tired of the behavior that's going on here, bro. Like shit is unruly. Yeah.
He said,
but I want to move off this Zion story, bro. Like,
I mean, we all done, but I wanted to ask Big Priest if he wanted to speak on it. We got Big Priest and Big Everything Brooklyn Nets John on the panel. How you feel about it? Oh damn! Let me let you address this because I ain't know Easy was gonna give it up like that.
Wow. What happened? Hold on, I just went to the kitchen. Stone says, no, I'm not. No, I'm not snitching, bro. I'm doing the arrest. I'm locking you up. No, I'm not snitching. I'm locking you up. I'm getting you out of there. So that's not snitching, bro.
Low key snitching.
It really ain't, bro. Like, cause I'm the authority. I'm the authority. Like this. Like
What is going on right now?
So you can't.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Leaf in here talking about
but you
internet security and all this here. I don't know what's going on.
I guess this is Leaf's cosplay fantasy right now.
It's really yo. See, now y'all being rude, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, this ain't.
I get it. Go on.
Love is not, bro. Like, I'm the authority. Therefore, if I see you doing some out of pocket shit, you out of here. Like, it's simple as that. Like, I'm letting it be known. It ain't no 3 strikes you out shit with me, bro. Like, you out of there. I'm the
serious about that moderator.
Think of it like the nigga that patrol the borders, bro. Like, I ain't mean to say it like that, but like the main motherfucker, bro, like that's on border patrol. Like, you got to get past him, and he always like scoping out, bro. You ever seen that episode of South Park?
The Coast Guard.
Yo,
yeah.
This nigga Leaf want to be ice.
What is he going on?
Nigga,
what
Leaf
is going on
ice
right now? What is happening?
And not Ice Man. He want to be ice for real.
It's crazy. It is crazy. I got different purposes on.
Leaf gonna be internet ice. That's crazy.
Internet ice, yeah. You know what? I like that term, internet ice, bro. Like I'm gonna be the main nigga in charge. You
You
you start doing
be deporting people
start
off of them chat rooms and
okay.
shit.
Yep. Out of the IP address, out of the video chat, all of that, bro. Like, yo, you done for, bro. Like, I'm done. I don't like your behavior. Yo, you out of here.
So you gonna go after the Instagram models who be catfishing people?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's them too. Yeah. Right. I almost forgot about that priest. The catfishes, bro. Like, I gotta get them up out of there too, bro. They be doing
All
that
right,
shit
so Lee, you gotta
on live,
outlaw. You gotta outlaw filters, bro. Just make
that
filters
shit too.
illegal.
Yeah. Filters gotta go. Yeah, I'm planning all this shit while I'm ahead, bro, because the stream services are things that have opened up the shit on Robinhood. So like I'm applying for that. I'm gonna try to see how far that go. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like low key. It's like low budget Fortune 500 company type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to be in charge of that. Just to be in charge
No,
of that
but
stream service.
inform us. I don't know exactly how that works.
Well, the way that it works, bro, like there's the stream services that power StreamYard, Restream, YouTube Live, IG Live, all that shit. They all basically like the coding, bro. Like it's coding to make these videos and make these streams and make these lives. So there's somebody in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the main security, the head of security. I'm gonna be the only person in charge of that. I'm gonna be the only authority on this shit. That's what I'm trying to go for. That's my dream.
What do you mean? You're gonna create the job, or they already
No.
got the job?
I'm gonna make sure traffic is good on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure the freak is always ain't getting up in there, bro. Like yo, we getting them out of there. Ban their IP address, ban all of that right off the
So
rip.
you saying like word to top flight type shit?
Oh yeah. That's what I'm on. I mean it.
Huh?
I mean every bit of that, bro. Like so that that ain't snitching, bro. That means I'm the authority. I'm the binoculars, nigga. I'm out here. Yo, you fucking up? Ah, yeah. Get him. He out of here. He don't get to go on the internet no more. He got to go to another computer, another station, all that. Getting a nigga email address. I'm getting all that, bro.
All right. So let's just say how Big Priest feel about this Zion situation. I mean, I don't know if he heard me.
All right, update me real quick, and then I'll give you my opinion.
Basically, well, my opinion. Well, a woman is accusing him of raping her more than once, and saying that he threatened her and her family, and she's not looking for this. Not a criminal case. This is a civil case. She's looking for a monetary gain for all of the, I guess, pain and suffering that she had to go through by sleeping with Zion and being with him and whatnot. She dated him through a course of 2-3 years. Said she met him in 2020. Their relationship ended in 2023. But it seemed like she said about a woman who said she dated him for almost 5 years. So, the woman that's making a claim said
it kind of sounds like a lot of stuff is happening on the heels of this Diddy shit. To me,
that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Seem like a lot of accusations coming out. So I don't know. I have to let the facts, speak. If he did it, he should. I don't know why she wouldn't try to press charges on him, but I don't know. That's tough.
Probably because I feel like she might not be trying to press charges because it's so long ago, so it's hard to have the evidence to convict somebody. Because in a criminal case, you gotta be 99.9% that person did it. In a civil case, you only got to be 51% that somebody did it to prove that they did it. So
yeah, the burden of proof is way lower, but still, no. What I'm saying is, if somebody have violated you, why would you wait 3-4 years? You know what I'm saying?
True.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Just trying to give another perspective, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we all kind of feel the same way. But in that person's defense, maybe they thought about doing it now. They thinking about it. They have trauma because
unless you're trying to tell me that Zion is a part of Bad Boy. Bad Boy.
Yeah, all the shit he doing sound like he a bad boy to me. sound like he's been a very bad boy.
Yeah.
But I would have to see what comes out. She doing a civil trial. Is he going? If he just settles right away, that would show me the kind of to me that's a bad move.
Well, in the article Breeze read, it said it sounded like they said he was fighting it. Like
Yeah, if he's fighting it, then I
he's
think it's
vehemently disagreeing that he did that. He's suing her for like a counter suit for
defamation.
defamation,
Yeah.
all that. So he's saying he ain't do it.
So when you just pay the money, that means, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? When you just pay it up, that means 9 times out of 10 you done got busy with whatever it is they saying you did. In my opinion, because even Johnny Depp fought them charges. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah, again, I'm more sympathetic to women in these situations, but to Big Priest's point, it does seem like a narrative when women are trying to get the bag. Not to say, these guys are from the land of lollipop, but the women, that's how they look at these guys sometimes. You know what I mean? And they don't care to be jammed up, and to the point where I feel like, sometimes these women, you know what I'm saying, you have the lawyers, assisting with a lot of the agenda, in my opinion, sometimes. And the reason why I say that is the cut. If a lawyer is going to go that far to try to prove something that didn't recently happen, it happened years ago, and they go and try to settle out of court before this got to the news, before it got to the media, and she said no to it, is because she probably didn't like her cut. However much she was going to get after she had to pay the lawyer, probably the reason why she took it this far. And the reason why I might sound harsh is because it's not a criminal case. How is it something like this? How is somebody threatening your parents not a criminal case? Like, how is that just civil? Nah, it's beef forever, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? You threaten my parents?
And y'all said it was I don't think the statute of limitation would have passed on that case if they was just dating a couple years ago. So I don't know.
Well, I wasn't talking about the statute of limitations. It's more about the burden of proof and the fact that you can't, like, it's hard to collect evidence from rape that happened so long ago because you need the evidence within the first few hours or some shit, or first 24 hours, because it's like, physical evidence.
Nah, I understand that.
So if this, because I don't know, and Zion is definitely at fault here in some, because his choices of bedroom partners has been piss poor.
Questionable.
Piss poor.
At best.
You know what I'm saying? So he's not off the hook at all. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's a whole lot of lawsuits coming out. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
All right, that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Priest. We definitely gonna get some more content. Just trying to go around the panel. We got everything Brooklyn Nets John on the panel with us. You want to speak to this, or you want to skip this part of the show?
No, listen, this is a very unfortunate, messy, tragic day when stuff like this comes out. And, like you said, there shouldn't be a civil court. I mean, you threaten somebody's parents, you sexually abuse them, and you hold that power over them. Is this person just trying to get money off of the guy? But at the same time, I think Leaf started it, man. You look at Zion's track record, it's not clean, really. I mean, this guy came with all this hype, and you're looking right now potentially at one of the biggest downfalls in NBA history of what could have been. This guy came with all the accolades, and now it's like the guy can't stay healthy. He eats unhealthy foods. He's not committed to being a leader on the team. He misses flights. Now you got this stuff coming out. This should definitely kill any Brooklyn Nets fan that's trying to get Zion on this team. Want nothing to do with somebody like this, seriously. With this baggage this guy's carrying, now whether he did or not, You just don't want that around your team hanging over your head and people always asking, what else is this guy going to do next to like ruin his life? You just don't want to deal with those things. And I feel bad if this is true for the women that had to go through this. You never want any woman to ever feel like they're being overpowered or threatened by somebody just because they're making money and they're living the high life. Like that's the sad thing. It's interesting. LM, he posts up a picture of a full.
What? He posted up a picture of what?
People know how to handle it, and some just abuse the living hell out of it. And you hope that this gets settled and we get answers sooner rather than later. But it's definitely an unfortunate situation all around. It really is.
Yeah, nah, thank you for that. Everything, Brooklyn Ness, John. I concur. It is an unfortunate situation, and for both people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it just we heard the facts of what. We read the article. My opinion is it should be a criminal case. If the man really did this is a criminal case. It's no way that you said, nah, I just want some money. What? No, that part I don't like. But I'm not going to be long-winded. We got Scott on the panel with us. Scott, how do you feel about Zion being accused by a former woman that he dated?
This is going to mess up his career.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to mess up his career because people already have judgment on him, and this is going to make it worse. So it's unfortunate. Yeah. You know what it's about. You know exactly what it's about. You know exactly what it's about.
So. This is terrible, Scott. I think this is hard to bounce back from too. Like the NBA, they'll invest in a different player. Even him being the number one pick, they'll overlook that. So but Miles Bridges came back, but that grape ain't as bad as what he was accused of. But grape is worse than what he was accused of. So
Breeze, time out. You see this shit in the chat right here. See this is what I'm talking about. This is disgusting. This front running shit. This shit that'll fuck around and get you blocked for 24 hours. When you come out of here, come out of nowhere, you've been asking for like whole week, bro, and then you start doing this. Y'all see what I'm talking about, bro, in the chat, bro. Like you already know what I'm alluding to. This is gross. This is ugly, bro. Like that, and I'm gonna be cool today, bro. But listen, that shit.
I told you, bro. Those blue and orange fans do not know how to act like they've been here before. Because
they don't.
At the end of the day, they just
did they win the series?
They just started.
Jay, did they win the series?
That's what I
They
was
just started
ask.
making the playoffs consistently, but now nobody can talk in the offseason. Like they are confused on how to act when they're doing well because they don't know it doesn't happen often.
Well, they don't.
There's no behavior. There's no humility. There's no good behavior from none of these dudes, bro. When they start climbing up the ladder, bro, like this shit is ridiculous.
And they was the same people. They was the same people who was preying on our downfall when we had KD and them. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? So when Indiana send them back to the Garden, to watch the Rangers games and stuff again, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Hopefully they got season tickets to the Yankees. That's the only team in New York right now that looks like they can win the championship.
See, Priest, bro, you empowering me, bro. See, because I was cooling, bro, and now I got my hand on the button, thinking I'm like, yo, you know what? What reason do I got to let this young man live, bro? Like what reason? Like, see, this is my dream job, bro.
The reason is because we're better than them. You know what I mean? It's freedom of speech. You could talk all you want, but when you say stupid shit, you get exposed for being stupid. And that's it. You don't have to block somebody. Don't abuse your power. Yeah. Like save the block button for when it needs to be used.
Yeah, they just got a fucked up way of.
So hold on, is Leaf abusing his power? Is he doing?
I can be Dikembe Mutombo a lot of times, bro. Like, chat, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, look, I'm swatting shit up out of there, bro. Like cleaning house, bro. 10 blocks a game type shit. Get that shit up out of here, man. Fuck fuck is you talking about? Straight up. So I can be that way, but you know what? Today I'ma chill because Jay is right. And he
Well,
the
you
voice
see,
of reason.
you seen what they did to the Indiana play, fan.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
some
Yeah,
right.
shit,
I see.
bro.
come
That
on,
shit
bro.
like that should never happen. Like, if somebody should be able to wear their jersey, talk their shit, you talk your shit back, and everybody should go home safe. Nobody should be getting punched, stabbed, anything. That's just
They
immaturity for
threw
real,
bags of
and that's just
garbage at
separate
Buddy.
from
If
basketball.
that
That
was
should just
me, I'm getting a couple of y'all. It's like 5 of y'all, so y'all probably get the upper hand eventually. But a couple of y'all coming with me. You know what I'm talking about?
Somebody's getting it right.
That's a fact.
I saw a video the
I
other day.
I
It was
already
Knicks
know
fans
I
fighting
already
with
know
each other.
precinct going down.
Y'all
That's a
ain't,
fact.
y'all ain't see the video of the Knicks fans fighting with each other. It was somewhere on 34th Street. Somebody was
34th Street, yeah.
throwing stuff
Yeah.
off the balcony, and there was other Knicks fans downstairs. They got mad and they throwing stuff back up onto the balcony. Like,
Well, the
yo,
Knicks are the
grow up,
Knicks. The
bro.
That's
Knicks
so loaded,
fans.
dude. That's so
I
loaded,
seen a
man.
Knicks fan. I
But
seen a Knicks fan and a Pacer fan boxing each other
That's crazy,
Well,
dude.
shit, if
with
y'all want to
gloves
box,
on and
look, if
all
y'all
that.
both agreed to box and y'all got on boxing gloves and headgear, go ahead, knock yourself out. Pun intended.
Yeah, but you
yeah,
shouldn't be
but
walking from the game and then worrying about getting beat up.
That's a
Yes,
fact.
that's a
seriously.
fact.
That's a fact.
That's
That's
a
Just
some
because
fact.
you had on a
scaremongering.
jersey, like,
Right.
That
Yeah.
is
that's
a
so
fact.
corny, bro.
That's
But the
Yeah, it
crazy thing
is.
about it, bro,
Yeah.
that's really back in the day shit, bro. Like you couldn't go to Boston at all, bro. Like with nobody from no other city, bro. Like in the 80s, 70s, man, them niggas, them white boys tear your ass up, bro. Like they run
That's
you up out of there.
racism.
And you
That's
know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
worst
that, oh
racism.
yeah,
thing,
that is, yeah, of course,
and you know the worst thing
absolutely.
about it. You know the worst thing about it. MSG didn't say shit about it.
Of
Didn't
course
come
Nobody,
not.
out with a
Of course
statement.
not.
nobody.
Didn't come out with a statement saying, "Yo, don't do that."
Because they're
Don't
a
you know?
classless organization, man, and you can
It's just
tell,
that's the
and you
it
can
comes
tell
from the
that
top.
from the
You
way
ever
that they
heard of the
treated the
saying
Nets.
shit rolls down the hill? The shit
Hmm.
that the reason why they fans are the way they are is because of their organization.
Yeah, they're a classless organization. They got classless fans.
Listen.
I don't want
I
to
mean,
waste no more time talking
no,
about
no,
the nigga
no,
bumps,
no,
bro. Like I really
no, no,
don't.
no. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna add to the conversation. This is content by Nets Kingdom. Shout out to Nets Kingdom. Y'all know I rock
Yeah,
with Nets Kingdom. Y'all seen
yeah,
Saint
me
jump on the
too.
panel before.
Yeah.
Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Chubbs. All of those guys over there. But this is the Brooklyn. It says the Brooklyn Nets fan base were rated the 23 most negative fan base in the league. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Leaf. I kind of thought of you real quickly when they said that, but definitely funny. No funny shit.
Yo,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
glad you did, because Leaf was probably the
Wait a
Hold
minute,
model for this
wait a
fucking
minute,
interview.
hold
wait
on,
a
hold
Yo,
on,
minute, wait a minute,
hold on, hold
wait
on,
a minute,
hold on,
wait a
hold on,
minute,
hold
wait
on.
a minute,
Hold
wait
on,
a
let me
minute,
finish.
wait a
Let me
minute, wait a
finish.
minute,
Hold on,
wait
let
a
me
minute,
finish.
wait a
Hold
minute.
up, wait a
Let me
minute.
finish.
You thought Breeze was finished?
Yo,
All
don't
right,
make
bro.
don't make Breeze push his button.
Go
Right,
ahead, bro.
right.
Because I don't like what was said
Hold on.
just now, bro, at
Yo,
all.
bro, don't
You
do
can't.
that. You
Hold on, nah.
describe yourself as an ignorant
Exactly,
and negative nigga.
exactly. So I
For,
don't
for,
like that, bro. Come on, hold
I
on.
don't
Per
I
your
don't
Let
own
think
me
that
finish.
description.
Let me get to the
I don't
content.
think
Let me get to
this
the content,
demographic
please.
has
Let me get
anything
to
to
the
do with that
content.
though.
Let me get to the content. This is an actual list of the NBA fan base. That's the rank is all the way to the left. That's what those numbers represent. The NBA fan base is the middle, and the third numbers on all the way to the right is the negative percentage of negative comments. Now we in 23rd. So the first negative comments, hold on, is Dallas Mavericks. They make sense because of what happened with Nico.
That's the
They
fact.
make sense because of
Right.
what happened with
hold
Nico.
on, real quick, Breeze.
And Luka.
That
Hold on.
that you don't even know what you're arguing, Leaf, because 23rd means we're on the lower half of negativity,
No.
like
I
we're
know,
towards
bro.
the end,
I'm not trying to
Hold on,
and
argue
they're
hold on.
with you,
just
Let
bro.
saying
me
that
hold
you're the
on, hold
main
on, hold on,
negative
hold on.
person.
Right, hold on. Let me
No,
get through this
it
really
goes
quick.
up, bro.
Hold on. Let me get through this. All right, so I get the math thing, right? I'm not gonna go through all of this
But the
because
math is important.
I'll get to us. Now, what I will say is I wouldn't want to be number one. I would be one to be number 23 or even 30 and not to be on the list at all. Now,
Who the fuck is
I'll
number
start.
30?
Wait, Breeze, hold on. Can we get this in perspective? Which you said the number on the right is the percentage of negative comments.
Yes, look all the way up
So
top. You can
Yes,
see.
So the
Look,
more you go down, that means there's
The better.
more negative comments.
The less.
It's
No,
a higher
that's the
percentage.
least amount
The
of
the
least
least.
amount
No,
of
it's
comments.
not. The number goes up. The
Listen,
number's
No, the
going up
number
into
goes
the
The
20s.
down.
worse the comments, the more
Yeah,
negative comments.
Maverick
Right. So
number
that means
one.
we got a lot of negative comments, 26% or 20
No,
something
no,
percent.
but
That's not a
then
lot. I
No,
think
that's
no,
it's
no,
the
no, no,
all
no, 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 Jay, you looking at
yo,
it wrong, bro. Like,
hold on, bro.
That's
Hold
what
on,
I'm
man.
trying to
Y'all
ask you. I'm
talking,
trying to make sure because
but
at the top, the Maverick says it's 10%. No, they say 31%. My bad. My
right,
bad.
right.
My bad.
It's
My bad.
higher.
right,
It's
right,
higher.
I,
right,
the
right,
right.
numbers is little. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
right, right. All right. So basically, we we not that bad for the most part. It seems like we are optimistic team. The
All right,
Spurs being
who last?
the Spurs. The Spurs being last makes sense with all of the things they got going on. They wouldn't be negative at all. They would be the most optimistic in my opinion with all of the
They
draft
got two.
capital.
They got two
Um
lottery picks and Wimby. What they got to be mad about?
Yeah, seriously,
right,
they got
right,
riches.
right.
They got
No,
rich
no,
for
no,
free.
but hold on. But where I'm shocked at is the Washington Wizards. I would have thought they'd have been the top 10.
But
You know what I'm
nobody
saying?
goes.
In
That's
terms
why.
of negative comments, they don't even
Nobody
have a fan
goes.
base.
Nobody goes. Yo, Scott, that's
Them
Yo,
wild.
motherfuckers
I
don't even
mean,
got a fan
Nobody
base.
is
I don't even
there.
know how they up here.
Oh, the
right. So
Wizards.
no, this is 1 through 30. All of the teams are on
Yo,
the
Where,
for the
where's
Wizards,
Philly at?
bro,
Yeah,
they
they
probably
up
got
there.
some breezy.
Philly
Wizards
top
probably got
5.
tired, bro. They
Top
probably got
five.
tired of
Yeah,
making
with
Hold
the
on.
Knicks.
What you say, Ice? Ice, what you
they
said?
the Wizards being out here in Maryland, yo, they probably got tired of being negative. You know what I mean? It is what it
Yeah,
is for them. You know what I mean? They tired.
yeah. They good.
They
They
ran out of
exhausted,
gas.
man.
They
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 ran out
ran
good.
of
out of
gas.
steam.
Right.
They ran out of
Yeah.
fucking steam.
Right. They like, I gotta worry about my real life, man. I can't be watching these
Exactly.
niggas
They
games
do
no
got a
more.
rep,
Right.
but I like to speak to that comment, bro. Like in terms of negative comments, bro, I don't contribute to this list at all. Anything I got to say, bro, I say loud on the goddamn camera. Fuck all that. Like I ain't and it
No,
ain't and it ain't
Those
and it
negative
ain't and it
comments
ain't
count too.
but they
right,
ain't never directed at the Nets, bro. Like
listen,
it's
listen, but
But
I'm
Leaf,
trying to
you
get
ain't gonna
somewhere
beat
if
up
y'all
a
let me
Knicks fan
finish my
because they
soliloquy.
won.
What I'm trying to say is that the Brooklyn Nets with all of the draft capital talk, I wouldn't think we would be the top 10. You know, it's not a lot of negative stuff to say outside of and I think that's because of the understanding. Everybody know that we was going for a draft pick. If we would
Everybody
have
knew
like
we was
hypothetically had the
rebuilding.
same season and we didn't have our own draft pick and we didn't try to get in the lottery, we'd be number 2 out this. You know what I'm saying? We'd be right behind the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I mean? But some of that stuff is warranted. You know what I'm saying from them other teams. But I just think that the Brooklyn Nets fan base, are we on the same page? No. I think we disagree on certain things. But I do think that the negative stuff that the fans say about the Brooklyn Nets is not upping the players on the team. Just making it seem like all of the other talent is on the other teams in the NBA, and we ain't got no talent. So that
I
is the
think that's true though.
negativity. I think,
Yeah, but if I
I
played
think
for
that's
your
the
team and
negative.
that's all you kept saying, I'd be pissed at you, bro.
Right. I think that's negative because you just say you're a fan of the game, say you're a fan of the sport. But if you can't find no good out of I found good in Jared Dudley. Before he became an assistant coach, I say, yo, he gonna be an assistant coach or a coach in the NBA because I could see the good in the players that was on their team. But no, I don't think Jared Dudley was going to drop 30. I wasn't going to FanDuel like I believe in Jared Dudley. He gonna drop 25 tonight. No, that's not what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I could still see the positive in the players that's on the team. That's all I'm saying. I wish other fans would do more of that opposed to being so judgmental. You know, I feel like sometimes the media be trying to be bigger than the game, bigger than the sport, bigger than basketball. We not.
That's
I was
that's
I
that's
was
the
I was
Only
just
here
positive
I was
most
about
just
them.
times. We only here most times because of
You,
basketball. So that's
yo, it is pretty.
I would just like to put out, bro, when you go from damn near being almost guaranteed to win the East with a big three to what we are now, bro. Like the fact that we are at 23, bro. Like even still, I guess this year or even in general period, bro. Like just speaks to the good behavior that most Nets fans has been on.
Facts.
Like it just
Well,
speaks to that, bro. Like so, I mean, the fact that we are at 23rd, bro, this is a 2 thumbs up in my opinion, bro. Like because The Knicks is top 6 and they're winning. So like,
What's the top 10?
You know what it is, Leaf? You look at the
teams that's in this top 10.
I'm gonna make it bigger.
Bro.
I'm gonna make it bigger, Jay. Pause.
It's the content creators. We are pushing it forward.
These is winning teams. So like, look at this. Boston winning teams.
You can see it, Jay. You can see the teams now, Jay. Is it big on the screen?
Honestly, I was playing the game, so I was trying. I thought somebody was gonna say it out loud.
Oh, you funny as hell, man.
The Knicks is in the conference finals and they top 6. The Minnesota just made the 2 back-to-back conference finals. Boston just won a championship. There's no reason for these teams to be bitching and arguing about any goddamn thing. There's no reason for it.
The fans are terrible.
It's hard when
I think no, but let's read into it for what it's worth. I think the Dallas Mavericks is mad about Nico. I think the Celtics just mad because they I heard they racist.
And mad because Tatum got hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
they mad because they got black people on the team.
Right.
And they lost to the Knicks.
That's crazy work.
And they lost to the Knicks too. So.
Minnesota mad probably because they trade for the big baguette. The Memphis Grizzlies, they mad they got Ja Wick and they got all that talent and they ain't put it together to get out of the Western Conference. Philly mad because they always get the talent. I mean,
stop right there, Breezy. Stop right there, Breezy, bro. They shouldn't be, bro, because the Eagles won a championship, and we already know that's probably the only reason why the 76ers is getting a pass. But keep going.
They just are hating.
Bro, what the hell was that, man?
That's football, though. What the
hell?
But I'm talking about Philly fans in general, bro. I've been to
they talking about the fans for the 76ers. They ain't talking about the team.
Those fans are more upset with the process never becoming anything. Like you have Embiid, who's had a few MVP seasons, but he's had mostly a lot of bad seasons. So of course they're pissed off about that.
The Knicks is probably mad because as much as they stick their chests out, and when the conversation gets to rings and all of that, you heard that. Did you hear the cricket mixtape? It get real quiet out there, you know what I'm saying?
They're mad because they get little picks up from Mikal, man. They're now scratching their head right now because they could have got Giannis this offseason if they would have made that move.
They're crying about those draft picks.
Giannis don't look like he's going nowhere.
Shouldn't trade Cat for Giannis?
That ain't happening. Why would the Bucks want Cat, man? That's just a waste of time.
Why would they want him? Why would they want somebody slower than like Giannis?
Yeah, Cat's a 7-foot mouse.
Cat you gotta realize what Giannis did for the Bucks, bro. He pretty much carried that team until they won the championship. Like
facts,
bro. That's a hard act to follow. I don't know who they gonna get.
That's a very hard.
That's why I wasn't. See, Breeze. That's why I wasn't mad at Giannis coming to us, because I'm keeping it real. He has been loyal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit. I just don't want to give up a lot to get him, and I know that's what it'll take.
Crazy baggage.
Why the hell is Cleveland up here, bro? They ain't do nothing, bro, since LeBron left.
Because their window's small. They have no assets, Leaf. They have to win now, or they can be a second
window is not small.
Yes, it is.
Window ain't small. Cleveland is
Wait, can I explain, Priest? The reason why they have no draft assets till 2031, they're going to be a second-April team. This was their best year to win a title. Now they're going to start experiencing the consequences of being an expensive team. They can't add to what they have right now. They either have to be healthy, or they're going to be in the same situation they were this year. So it's going to be a lot of.
But see, the whole point though is they're still a young basketball team.
Yeah,
most of their players, their oldest player is probably Donovan Mitchell, maybe their oldest impactful player, and he's 28. So they're still a young team. Their window is not closed. I mean,
they just gotta get
Evan Mobley ain't even scratched the surface of what he's going to be. You know what I'm saying? They got.
I think he has.
They got time.
They got another year or two, but I think this year was a huge downfall because this could have been their best year to win the East. I think they would have won the East if they were healthy. If they were healthy, I think they could have won this year.
Their best year, but the team just fell apart in the second round, bro. Like,
I don't think they have their bench is suspect. It's sus.
Nah, their bench was great all year. They just fell apart.
But when it came to the playoffs, they were jacked.
No, but the
because
problem
they
was
were
the
hurt.
key niggas.
They were hurt.
The
They
key
had
niggas,
Hey,
yeah,
injuries.
Well,
the
that
key
and
niggas
Ty
fell
Jerome
apart.
crap to bed.
Okay.
Ty Jerome crap to bed too. That was a part of it
The
too.
Todd Jerome shit, bro. Oh my god, bro. He swore he could play on any team the way he was coming off the bench, bro. Like, but that shit got shaky once he actually started to
Well,
start.
they need
The
pieces. They
problem
need
was
pieces. They need
they do need
pieces.
pieces, but the problem was is nobody on that team, bro. I think that their problem is mental, bro. Nobody on that team got any gumption to be like, yo, we not losing tonight, this, that, the third, bro. There's no real fire on that team. It's a lot of talent. It's a
Yeah.
lot of good, nice guys. Like, no disrespect to Jared Allen, bro, but he a future principal at a school, bro. Like, he
Oh
ain't
shit.
nobody to take
Yo,
Ain't
Right.
nobody to take
Now
seriously, bro. Like,
we
come on.
hating on Jared Allen. That's what we didn't came to.
No, I said,
That's why.
see, you didn't listen. You didn't hold up. Wait before you speak. You didn't listen. I said no disrespect to Jared Allen, but he don't
How
strike me
you
as
going?
somebody that.
Just leave. As
Yo, the most
an elder to
disrespectful
you,
shit
sir.
comes after no
You
disrespect.
can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because you say no disrespect, don't mean you ain't said something disrespectful.
But
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
respectfully though.
You said just because you say no disrespect, they ain't say nothing disrespectful.
Well, they
Nah,
gotta
but
pay.
listen,
They gotta pay
respectfully though.
Garland. They gotta pay Garland.
That's just
Garland's
I
like
think they
contract.
might
that's just
trade
like my
Garland if
son coming to
they
me and be like,
Fulton. I
"No
think Garland's the
disrespect,
first one
Dad,
they're gonna
but
try
I
to
ain't
like
cleaning
move
my
for something.
room. I know
I
you
saw
didn't
a
told me
trade
to.
rumor of
No
this.
that's
Darius
not the
disrespect,
Garland.
same.
but I
Wait,
ain't
That's
doing
not
it."
the same
wait.
shit, bro. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Wait. I saw a trade hypothetical of Darius Garland for Jalen Suggs from Magic. What do you think about that? Could that be
Magic ain't
a
gonna
might
give
do?
it. Magic ain't giving them up.
Magic ain't giving them
I
up.
think that
No,
I think they might be able to do that for him
but they ain't
because
got no
that'll solve their
access other
offensive
than.
issues, and they still will have plenty of defenders.
Right.
I
I
I
think
think
think.
that.
I think that helps both teams actually.
I
I
think
think it helps the
actually.
Cavs a
You know
lot
what?
because Suggs can defend, and that kind of
I
helps
would.
Mitchell a
I
lot.
would take
That
it.
might
I
work.
would take it, but I
Suggs can
need.
score too, bro.
I
That's
need
what
a
a lot
number
of people don't
one.
understand, bro. Like Suggs can score too, bro. Like
He
when
can't
he was
score
starting
like
to score, like
Darius Garland though. He can't score like
Right.
him.
Right. If you're the
I need a
Magic and
future
you
one though. I
right,
need a future
if
one.
you're the Magic and you're choosing between Trey Young and Garland, Garland does have a bit more upside. I guess he
He
gives a
got a little
slight bit more
pop.
defensive effort than Trey Young could potentially. That might work better out for the Magic getting
I'll
Garland
be
than
honest
Young.
with you. I'll be honest with you. The
His
person that I
defense
like
is
for
sucks.
Orlando the most, bro, is probably Lamelo, bro.
LaMelo?
I ain't
And
gonna lie.
then
Yeah, I
and
like
another
Lamelo
reason
more.
why I like it too is because if you get Garland, you could just start Anthony Black next to him, who's a great defender,
Yeah,
and
that's
That's a
true.
run it
fact.
like
That's a
that.
good point. That's a
That's
good point.
true. That's
That's a
true.
fact. I like
Listen,
Lamelo
I
better for
would,
them, bro, because I think Lamelo is gonna push the pace a lot more. He's a better passer in transition situation,
if
bro.
I
Like
But
was
can he stay
Orlando, I
healthy,
would push
Leaf, is
for
the
a pick.
question. Can he stay
I
I
would,
healthy?
mean,
I would make it
you
seem
can ask the
like I
same
was
thing about
interested, but I
Garland.
want to pick. I want a
But
number, and they don't
you
have
saying
that.
Orlando would want to pick?
I said if I was Orlando, if I was the
Why am I
GM
giving
at
you a pick when I'm
Orlando,
giving you an all-star player? Suggs ain't never made no all-stars.
that's true, but he has upside, and his upside is
His
early.
upside to me ain't better than Garland's.
He's
Man,
younger.
if they ask for a pick, I hang up.
He's
Facts.
younger.
Fuck you talking about?
Ask for a pick.
Well, then
I agree with
I'll
that.
stick with what I got because,
Wait,
like I said, I think that team is on the up and up
Hold
anyway.
up, didn't Suggs make all defensive team, bro?
Yes, he
Last year?
did.
Yeah, Suggs
But
was
they can't.
alright, bro.
But
Like,
see, you know the problem with
But Garland
Orlando
and
is
guys too.
the problem with Orlando is they can't score. So yeah, you play great defense, but you're getting beat 95 to 80 because you
right,
can't
can get a
score.
shooter from somewhere
right.
else. I can
They
get
You
a
don't
can't
have
get a
no.
defense.
scorer like Garland. I
Well,
think that's a
I
win-win.
don't know.
No,
And
no,
I
I
ain't
no.
don't
giving you
know
no pick. If I'm
Nah,
giving you Darius Garland, you need to be
if
giving me something extra. You know what I'm talking
no
The Cavs have
the
the
problem
Cavs
with
have
Darius
no picks to
Garland.
give up. They got one pick in
no
2031. The Cavs don't have much to
he's
give up.
good, but
They have
Now
he's
players to
good.
maybe give
the
up.
problem with Orlando is they don't have no floor space and nobody shoots the three like that. So they need
Right? They
a
just need a
Exactly.
shooter. They need
and
a
they need another
shooter.
But they
point
need a
guard.
Right.
guy who can. The only guy on their front line or that can consistently get his own bucket is Paolo, right?
They need a
Franz is
shooter.
decent, but the only person that you know can get his own shot up is Paolo. You add Darius Garland, that changes the whole dynamic of the team offensively. So they
Right.
already play good defense.
I
So
mean,
if I'm
yeah,
Orlando, and I don't even know if this is going to happen, I'm just saying, I'm just looking
I like Garland. Garland is okay.
I
He
got
just
players that Suggs or Anthony Black might end up being better than Suggs.
The Magic
I
definitely got to
don't
make a
know. I
move
don't know
this
about
summer.
that.
You
They're
know what I'm
definitely
saying?
in position to
Anthony
get an
Black.
upgrade.
Anthony Black
Suggs
is a
increased
6'7"
every
point
year.
guard with hella
Let me see.
upside.
I'll look it up. Let me look it up. Suggs increased his scoring ability and his playmaking ability every year he's been here. He's been improving every step of the way. Let me see.
He'd definitely be a good defensive piece for the Cavs for sure. I think that balances out Mitchell a lot.
I mean, that's a good trade. I mean, but I would want a little more. He averaged 16 points. He shot 41%. He didn't shoot threes well.
Yo,
Yeah, I mean,
You guys
yeah.
hear each other? Is it
did
a
it just
static
get
thing?
Oh,
did it just get quiet?
quiet. Yo,
I'm like, why is everybody so quiet?
I
like,
thought it was.
yo.
I thought it was done.
No,
No, he shot. He shot 31% from three, and he shot from the floor 42%.
that's the problem right there.
Yeah,
30,
they need shooting. That's what Orlando need.
yeah,
They need shooting.
They definitely need
They
a
need a
point guard
shooter.
scorer. I mean, I think you could say
I
Young,
mean,
LaMelo, or Garland could all be options for
I
them.
mean, they can get Garland, but I mean, has he shown every year he's got a problem? He got
His
injuries.
problem is defense. Garland's main
No,
problem is
you
defense.
ain't getting none
Offensively, I
of
think he's
that with
fine.
him.
But here's another thing. Garland, I don't think, has hit his full level. You remember when we took him on the playing
I
game
like
a
his
few years
scoring.
ago?
His
He was
scoring was
good.
good.
But when Mitchell came on, he had to kind of be the Robin. So with the Magic, he might be a Robin again, but you're playing with dynamic defenders, which is something he needs to maximize his full arsenal. So
Well, I
that
see
might
what he
work.
means. I see where he's saying that it would make Orlando much more potent. I get it.
I could definitely
I think they can get
potentially.
it from somewhere
It
else
it
without
was
giving up
interesting.
anything.
They was talking about. I seen fans on my TikTok saying KCP didn't do too good, and they talking about like Anthony Simons for the two.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like another scoring shooting guard. And
God.
everything.
They
Yeah.
got to get that kid out of Portland. I feel bad for Simons. That kid has never played winning basketball, and he's been on the team
He
for
don't
like
even know
7
what winning
years.
is no more.
He's a grown man now. Like he was a kid when he arrived. He's a grown man. He hasn't even touched a play-in yet.
That's a
about that
damn
kid.
shame. That's a
Yeah.
shame. His
It
whole
really is.
career is
That's
gonna be
what
washed because
yeah.
of
That's
him.
what happens when you don't draft right. You get some players stuck on a certain team for a long time, and there's no way out. You never want to be in that situation. That's why
It
Brooklyn
happens.
has to hit something this summer. They really
It
do.
happens. Bro. It happens more times than not.
Yes, it do.
You
It
know?
Mm.
happens a lot. That happens a lot. Be honest with you.
Yo, is breezy on pause or something? Like
Yeah, he probably stepped off. He stepped
Probably.
off for a minute.
breezy done froze up. Like
That's all right. He stepped off for a second.
Probably.
I don't even know what his next topic is. Or, you know what I'm saying?
He
I know you
said,
said
I
"What
know
y'all
you want
talking
to
about?
talk
You ain't
about
talking
that
about
Scouts
nothing."
episode. Anybody watch that Scout
Oh
shit?
yeah, they didn't cancel
Episode
it.
2?
Yay! I thought they canceled it.
So what?
I watched
Yeah.
it this morning early.
I didn't. What
All
are
right,
y'all
so what
talking
happened?
about?
Because I ain't see it.
It was more of just a focus on the scouts, like what their lives are like. They talked a bit about what they're looking for. One word that stuck out was they want their prospects to be very versatile, have way more than one skill set, have an integrity, just all around dynamicism. But it was really more on BJ Johnson, who he is as a person, his life, and it's crazy. But it feels like I kind of wish he was the guy in charge of this, but it seems like he understands this process a lot more as far as steps go than who we currently have is in charge. That's what I took away from it.
Basically,
Yeah, I thought it was good too. Go ahead, Ice. I'll go after you.
basically about BJ was showing like he didn't make his college team. You know what I mean? Yeah, they wouldn't even look at him like that. He kept working hard on his own, running the stadium steps finally gave him a chance. They said he got to help out coach I don't know if it was coaching, but he helped out with the women's team before he got on the men's team. And then the next time he got on the men's team, and he was saying like he never gave up on the process. He just kept working with it. So I guess they're looking for guys like that. You know what I mean? No matter what, we're gonna keep on working, even if the situation don't go our way, type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I do. I think they big on characters building, like who you are as a person. They don't just look at who are we gonna get as a talent, but as a person, someone we invested in, and I think that's a good element that fans might overlook because of the obvious, though, the New York media. The New York media is a beast.
Yep.
I think they want to get somebody focused on basketball who kind of, eat, drinks, sleeps basketball, and just kind of dedicated to the game. A lot of players could fall in love with the lifestyle. It's just the truth, bro.
Yep.
They fall in love with the lifestyle that basketball brings them, and they probably
And I think that's
feel
one of
it's well
Zion's big
deserved.
problems. My bad.
Yeah,
That
I didn't want
most
One of
to.
Zion's
definitely.
big problems.
Yeah, I
Yep.
ain't want to throw him back up in the mix. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think there's a lot of women. He had a lot of access to a lot of money, a lot of women, and they made him feel like a king. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he was ready for that. I think he was ready to be talented, but that comfort zone that he had, because I think some of the injury is because of the comfort zone that he had with women. It sounds funny, but
Yo,
if
what?
you constantly eating good and having sex and you not working out on a regular basis, bro, you living like a king, but you supposed to be a professional athlete. You're
You,
supposed
you
to
know,
be going to the gym, working out and staying in shape to actually compete at the highest level. So yeah, I think he
You know
got
what a good factor that they should mention for look for good prospects is never one that's complacent, never one that's just satisfied. Like you want to find that prospect that every year they're looking to improve on something that did bad the previous year, even if it's micro. Like you want those types of prospects. That's something that's really underlooked. Like you just can't go to the best talent. Who is the most balanced? Who's the one that's always working on something every year? I think that is something that needs to be a part of the criteria ttoo.
yeah.
Well,
This is
Jordan
some of
said that motto: get 1% better every day, man.
Yes, most definitely, Jay.
yeah. We could take a peek at some of the
But
content right
also
here.
evaluating the Nets, knowing how the team is playing, what the team is looking for, I think is very, very important and crucial part.
He sound like
Having a direction and knowing what
what
we're
you call
looking for.
that? 8RSL.
It's really important that the collaboration between the coaching staff, front office, and our scouts is in sync. So it was great that Jordy got to come in and really give us a lowdown on, hey, this is why I like these particular players. This is the skills that I look for. This is the development. This is the mindset.
Watching different players that fit into what Jordy's trying to do helps us better evaluate the players that we would want to bring into the organization. So watching the way that Jordy coaches, the interactions, the priorities that he set out, all right, if this player is doing this in college, imagine him, with our coaching staff, and that could be amplified even greater.
We gotta be better. Relentless, competitive, and selfless. That's Jody's DNA as well. As a coach, he expects that from those guys, to hold those guys accountable. Those three things, it goes within the organization, it goes within the players, it goes within the coaches, it's across the board.
The timing of being able to bring some foundational pieces into the Nets organization with a new coach that's implementing an exciting style of basketball, it just allows us to be able to evaluate all those things, be excited about all those things, and then kind of build for the future and be a part of something pretty special.
The amount of ground that we covered, you guys have done an amazing job from a scouting standpoint and an intel standpoint. The amount of work and the volume of work and the quality of work has been impressive from you guys. So thank you for the work that you guys done. It's one thing to have the job and the task at hand that we have to do, and everybody knows how important it is and the work that we need to do. But to be able to do it with people you enjoy working with while holding everybody accountable, it's just been an enjoyable process. Doing it together with people that you really enjoy working alongside of, it's been a true blessing for me. A lot of work to do. Got 5 picks now, 4 still in the first round, 1 in the second round. So unbelievable opportunity for us, here, and I'm excited to do it with this group.
There There you have it, guys. That was just a snippet. I just played the last part of it. Didn't want to play too much of it, but yeah, it seems like they do have a direction. You know, I know that a lot of fans say that they don't have a direction, but it seems like they do have a direction. I think that's why they did the documentary to kind of show fans that, you know what I'm saying. You know, we hear y'all. You know, this is what it meant to me. Um, they put through the fans been through a lot. The Brooklyn Nets fans been through a lot. You know, between from Kenny Atkinson up until now, we've been through a lot. I think the Nets I think they do a good job trying to keep fans engaged after all of the stuff that we've been through. So I thought this, you know, scouting thing that the Brooklyn Nets did was dope, and it gave you a look into what scouts actually have to do. They don't have an easy job. I don't know if y'all seen that part where they was like, yo, they spend a lot of time away from their family, going to look at different players in college. They got an international scouting players.
Ooh, give me the job then. That shit sounds amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll go to Europe.
Right.
Well,
I go to Europe and Australia just to watch basketball games and get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Please hire me.
Mm-hmm.
Really, if you want to do a good job, hire Ice.
Facts, promote Ice.
Sign me up. You heard? Sign me up. I'm ready.
Nah, but you said you on the injured reserve right now, so I take your spot till you get healthy.
Yeah. No.
Wait, you're injured, Ice? What happened, bro?
No, I'm still hurt. I got into an accident a year and a half ago. I'm still hurt right now, though.
Oh, damn, bro.
They can't figure out what's going on with my body, saying it's acting like it has nerve damage, but they can't figure out where the nerve damage is. So it's on my left side of my body. So I'm walking with a chain and still dealing with it for the moment. You heard? Yeah.
I hope they figure that out
Hopefully,
soon.
with God, I hope you recover Godspeed, man. We rooting for you, bro.
Speedy recovery.
Thanks. Yeah.
Ice, man, that's without me, you, and Ben Simmons, man. We can't get our body back right. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yo, that's on everything right now. Yeah. That's on everything.
It's this. I think this draft is gonna be one of those craziest drafts ever, as far as like trades and crap. Like, there's gonna be a lot of movement on that night. Like, the Brooklyn Nets could really do something unexpected.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Andre 76 back on the panel, man. You know, so he could talk, because I heard that we in conversations with trading with them for the third pick. So
yeah, see if you can go talk to their GMs, give that pickup.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a lot of uncertainty with Philly in that pick, bro. A lot of uncertainty. Like, they don't even know who they really want as a player, because some fans want Ace. Some fans think some analysts think that the way Daryl Morey drafts, that he would take VJ or Khan over Ace because of analytics. You know what I mean? So it's a lot going on over there. Or they might trade a pick, maybe.
They should draft Maliwag, honestly. They need to know the big man next to Embiid. I don't think Drummond does anything for them right now. Like, Maliwag should be an option for them too at this point. They were thinking about adding pieces.
That's why you gotta talk to the Philly fans that know things to find out what's really going on. You know what I mean? Speculation is crazy for Philly.
Yeah, and the thing is, do we really want to do business with Morey? That guy doesn't exactly have a clean track record either.
Man, Daryl Morey is a liar, and I never play for an organization that he's a part of.
James Harden.
I repeat, Daryl Morey is a liar. Nah, James Harden was funny for that. That was my favorite quote of last season.
Nah, they're definitely in a bind. They definitely got to think of how to use that pick for as far as getting other assets goes. I don't think Ace Bailey will do anything good on that team because he won't get a chance to grow as much.
Nah, he would, but you know what I mean? It all depends, because I see how people evaluate how he would be and evaluate how Khan or BJ would be as far as style and what they can do. You know what I mean? Ace wouldn't get asked to do a lot over there. But
Well, well, if they,
he would have PG next to him to give him that, you know what I'm saying, the insight, you know what I'm saying, work ethic, all that. So that'll be the plus for him. You know what I mean? Until it's his time. He got to do
Ice,
some.
here's a question, Ice. Let's say Philly does draft Edgecombe, because I saw reports say that Philly could be deciding between Edgecombe and two other guys. So let's say that Philly does draft Edgecombe. Now you have the Hornets, who have Ace Bailey, but they already got Brandon Williams. So they might be a team who could really trade that pick to a certain team. I think that's when the Brooklyn Nets got to get on the phone with the Hornets, because they don't have a need for Ace Bailey. That could be like a domino effect right there, trade potentially.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Any player could go ahead of what we think, and they could mess up the board crazy. Because if they did take VJ, right, and who's next? Hornets. They was already deciding between VJ and Trey, so they might trade, but they might take Trey. And I know the Jazz wanted Trey Johnson. Jazz fans want.
If Ace falls to Utah, man, you know Danny Ainge is gonna he's gonna try to say I want like 4 picks. That would be crazy situation.
I mean, so that's the way it's going. Like the only one I'm not sure though, like Washington and the Pelicans. I know Washington wants to go like Queen or Maluwash, and so does the Pelicans. They both want centers first before they look at fares. They both want bigs before they look at fares. You know what I mean?
Queens makes sense because offensively he's a good counterpart to Sarr. Sarr's more of defense. I don't think you get Maluwash because you already have 2 defenders. You probably want something different. So a Queen and Sarr combo that could potentially be trouble. That
Nah, but
two-man
they want to run double big, so they're looking at Maluwash too and putting Sarr at the 4 and let him score from the 4 and let Maluwash, you know what I'm saying, be the rim protector. So
right, that's worth too.
And the Pelicans got whatever Misi, so they looking at Queen to run there. Put Queen at the 4. You know what I mean? That's how it's been. That's what I heard so far from fans and other sources that I've been looking at.
Yeah, but hold on, I kind of want to pivot with that conversation because, what would the NBA look like if one of the top 8 teams was Charlotte, Washington, Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if these teams that are bad will be good one day? You know what I mean?
We were one of the top teams in the league a couple years ago.
They can't be bad forever. You know what I'm saying?
No, we were literally one of the best teams in the league a couple years ago. Literally.
Who?
Us.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I don't think they will because like Washington is building. You know what I mean? I'm not sure about what the Jazz are doing. Charlotte is building, but they can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? But I think in Zion and them, I don't know what they're doing over there.
The only one of them teams, like based off of their rosters right now, that can make a jump to the playoffs, and that's because of the Eastern Conference, is the Hornets. If the Hornets are healthy, you got LaMelo for a full season. I think they can make 7, 8 seed.
Yeah, possibly.
The Washington, I mean, I'm just used to Washington being bad, so I'm gonna assume they're gonna be bad forever. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. In my lifetime, I never really seen them that competitive. I think they
the
got
only
to the
time
first
that they were
round max.
decent is when they had Gilbert Arenas and Antoine Jameson, Caron Butler. They were decent, but they still weren't great.
Right.
That John Wall injury really destroyed their hopes right there.
John Wall, they made the playoffs, but they weren't as good as that Caron Butler team. So it was really just it's really just that one time that I can remember that I thought, okay, they might get out the first round. I say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but they building Washington building. They got a decent core, I would say right now. You know what I mean? If they get value watch or Queen or whatever they want to do.
But I think with what you call it being their best scorer, I don't see where they go with that. With Jordan Poole being their best scorer.
Right now? Yeah, because they got Koulibaly and Sarge. I think those are going to be their 2 main, and they trying to figure out what to do with Poole. You know what I mean? I don't know if they want to keep him or not.
I feel sorry.
They also got Bud Carrington too.
Yeah.
Here's a trade hypothetical I saw. It was very interesting between the Nets and Rockets. It would essentially be the Nets sending the Rockets Cam Johnson, the Bucks pick at 19, and I think they're 26 or 27. One of those two picks will be Johnson 2 picks to the Rockets for Jabari Smith, Cam Whitmore, Jock Lendell, and the 10th pick. Would you do that deal?
Why would they trade Jabari Smith to us when they want to get Kevin Durant or Devin Booker?
That's just what the hypothetical I saw today from Brett Siegel put out. I was just wanted to get Ice's thoughts on that. Like, would that be something potentially
Yeah,
that
I
you'd be
wouldn't
open
send
to?
my pieces to a team that ain't, and I'm not doing no more trades with Houston anyway. But I wouldn't send my pieces to a team that can't give me what I want.
I mean,
I
Cam
need a.
Whitmore, the 10th pick is not horrible. I mean, we have the 8th pick. Now you're one slot away from the 10th pick.
But what big
That
thing
makes
for
the situation a little more
us is
exciting.
now good for them. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Cam Johnson ain't Kevin Durant. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they want Kevin Durant. They don't want, they want to get off of Jalen Green and get Kevin Durant.
And what if they
Or
don't get Kevin
Giannis.
Durant? What's the pivot? What's the pivot if you don't get either one of those guys? Because
They
that's
can, but they're
possible.
gonna be able to get a top guy because they have a package that'll get it done. They own Phoenix's picks. That's part of the reason that they got that caveat. So if Phoenix is gonna be bad, that's who I would do business with. The team where I can get my picks back.
No, you're not wrong, but just say if they don't get either one of them, they have to pivot to something, and that doesn't seem like a crazy horrible deal. And honestly, it'd make our situation a lot better because now you have
Yeah,
two
it will
lottery
make
picks. They're
our
only a pick
situation better
separated.
to you, but that won't make Houston where they need to be. Houston needs more a star level scorer who can go get them a bucket in the clutch. That's what they need to move forward. They're trying to contend for a championship. They ain't trying to, they don't have a Shea and they just need a shooter. That's not how Houston is built right now.
They should explore that deal at the trade deadline with Cam Johnson. That's why not trading Johnson, honestly, I feel like that was a mistake a bit. Because, like you
I
said,
don't.
now some of these deals you can't do them because now the team wants to contend for a title, and now that is out of possibility for us potentially.
We don't have to trade Cam Johnson. I know that's not might go against what you cover your ears, John. We don't have to
It's
trade
cool. It's
Cam
cool. It's
Johnson.
cool. It's cool. It's cool. Say it. Say it.
I gotta cover my ears
See,
too.
because we don't gotta just trade players for the sake of trading players. That's not what a good organization does either. You want everybody to talk about what a good organization does and what all
They don't
this, that, and
trade
the
a
third.
lot. That's for
They
sure.
don't just make trades just to say they're trading.
No.
But you know his ceiling. That's it. That's
He's
what
going to
he
be
should
30 next year,
2024
so you
season.
want to make a decision on his
2024
future
season. That's
this
his
year at the
ceiling.
very least.
He can retire.
Retire?
If he comes to me and asks me for a trade, that's different. But if as long as he's under contract, I'm not just moving him for the sake of moving him.
Well,
Does
that's
that
what we
make
got.
sense?
We got Nicholas
Well,
and this
what
guy.
if they got you the
That's the only
Spurs
hurdle.
14th pick? If you traded Johnson to the Spurs for the 14th pick, would you do that?
I would.
I would.
But that's not what the Spurs
For just the
Spurs
14th
don't want
pick?
him. Mm-hmm. Spurs
And the
don't
Spurs
want
want Giannis.
Yeah, they
But they have a lot of picks. The Spurs could get both Johnson and Giannis realistically this summer if they want to make a full-on,
Shit,
Kings ransom move right
you
there.
lying to me? You lying to me? Because why would Milwaukee just take one pick for Giannis?
What do you mean one pick? The Spurs have a lot of picks to give up to Giannis, but I'm saying they could get Cam Johnson just by giving us a lottery pick and Harrison Barnes expiring contract. They still have Vassell, Sochan, they have Keldon Johnson. They have over 4 to 5 picks to dangle to the Bucks, and they also have the second lottery pick, Dylan Harper, to dangle to the Bucks.
You know the bad thing about trading is these players know what you're doing. You sitting back thinking that they're not going to play for you if they don't want to play.
Hold on, Brooklyn. You mentioned the Spurs. Brooklyn LM pulled up, man. I definitely want to hear from Brooklyn LM about this. Let him rebuttal what John was saying. Go ahead, LM. LM, you there?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. LM. 1, 2, 3.
I wish y'all would all come to the realization that Big Priest is right, and we don't need to argue his points because they all sound so good. That's what
But it would be fun if we didn't get to argue with you. It wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, I'm here. My fault.
We just don't like Cam Johnson.
What you think about what John? What you think about what John said?
I didn't hear him. What he said.
about us trading up with the Spurs to get the 14 pick and Barnes' expiring contract. Would you do that if you had a chance to get a second lottery pick in this draft?
Facts.
I
14
would.
pick, I'll
If
do
you
it.
can get 14, I mean, if you can get 14 and then get Rasheed Fleming there, I would do it.
Ooh, wow. That would be a win right there. We get a guy with a 7'10" wingspan. Come on.
Besides, they need
Why
Cam
would the
Johnson over there.
Spurs? Why would the Spurs trade back though?
They already got 2. I mean, it makes. I don't think they necessarily need 14. You can add Cam Johnson to that. You got a 6'8" shooter in your spacing and that you could put in the lineup that could shoot lights out. That helps their lineup.
So what if Milwaukee want both of them picks in the Giannis deal?
We need guys with the long wingspans. That's what we need.
2 and
with a
14.
long
I'm
wingspan.
giving you Giannis Antetokounmpo. What the 2 of you acting like that's crazy?
Well, we could give up our later picks because remember, some of these guys in the later part of the draft are now backing out, making it thinner. So we could give up our later picks.
I'll say 2 and call it a day, bro. 14 is all right, bro.
Yeah.
We need to add something there.
But see, as far as Milwaukee is concerned, they do not control their draft. So if I'm trading Giannis, I'm gonna get the best possible stuff I can get.
I'm gonna get some draft picks.
They get the second pick in Dylan Harper. They should be happy with that. Whatever else they get on top of it.
But that's not how it works when you're trading one of the top 3 players in basketball.
Well,
You're trading a top 3 player in basketball, and you're saying just be happy with the second pick.
Since when did John Hurst become a top GM? This guy's on like 27 bottom market. You get Dylan Harper for Giannis and whatever else you get for it, you should be happy.
Has plenty of picks this year, next year, and years to come. You can get.
I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't take Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper is a bad pickup. What I'm saying is, Giannis is proven.
Yes.
Dylan Harper.
So if they ask for them picks, do the Spurs say no?
Talk about that college players all y'all want. These guys are not proven.
Well, Dylan Harper is the second best. He's at least top 2 breakout potential in the full draft. So that's saying a lot.
I mean, both sides got to say yes anyway. So I mean, Brian Wright can just say, "Fuck y'all. Y'all just get the second pick, and if y'all don't want to do that, we move on."
Yeah, that's it.
You think that the Spurs will say no? I'm not giving you 14. So keep Giannis.
They have Wemby. They're not
Wemby coming back.
They're not losing. My point is, they're not losing sleep if they don't get Giannis. You already got arguably a generational talent already,
and that already said he wants to win. So if you add Giannis to that
doubled their win percentage since last year. This year, if he didn't go with the blood clot, they possibly would have been in
the blood clot.
I'm
gonna put it like
this is a big if because San Antonio don't usually do that. They don't usually.
But when you have an opportunity, and they already traded for De'Aaron Fox, so when you have an opportunity to get arguably the 3rd or top 3 player in the NBA, in the world, whatever you want to call it, and he's just 30, he's not 40.
Yeah, he's 30,
and they asking for it, and you're going to say no.
I'm just
Everybody
saying,
gonna look at you like you're crazy as hell.
They're not losing
the whole
sleep.
league.
No, they're not
when
losing
Giannis,
sleep, but
you're not losing sleep if it's a team like Charlotte or another team that needs a Giannis, that needs a star, then yes, you would probably go.
Giannis is trying to go somewhere where he can win. Wemby wants to win, and
it's a fit. So, it's definitely a fit.
It fits, but I mean, I don't think they have a plethora of
they
don't necessarily have to give.
We're not talking about an injury-prone player. We're not talking about none of that. So
I'm just saying they got picks that's more useful. You got Atlanta pick next year. You got a plethora of other picks you can give them. I'm not saying they don't deserve picks. Like give them all the picks you want, but it don't gotta be 14. You can give them 2. You can give them mad other shit.
Nah, we could do a 3-team deal where we're involved in this, and we get the 14 pick.
I'm saying if that's what they ask for. I'm saying I get that. I get that. I understand exactly what you're saying. But what I'm saying is if that's what their request is for Giannis, I don't think the Spurs is going to say no. That's what
we don't know. We'll see.
What do you think?
Yo, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's give merit to what Orange Spiegel said. He a moderator on this page. He said, "What I really want to do is CJ plus 8 plus 19 for the second overall pick in Barnes." Let's go to Brooklyn LM. How you feel about that?
I don't even think they'll do that. I'm like, I would love it, but I don't know if they would do it. Um, but CJ is a player that I think that they need. They need Castle and Fox is fine, but they need more spacing in that lineup. Like they have no sort of shooters whatsoever. Sohan is not a really good shooter, so you would need at least a wing
Feels
that
like
can spread the floor.
nobody
And
wants Cam Johnson, but
So let me get this. So you give up a CJ who shot over 40% threes throughout the
Really
season
for his career, actually.
for his career,
Yeah.
the 8th pick plus the 19th pick in the first round for the
you might as well give up everything.
Me
Now.
personally, I would have
Dylan Harper.
personally, I want to see
Wait,
CJ in
Scott. To
the
get Dylan Harper, wait,
me
Scott. You look at our
personally.
current roster right now. We have nobody right now besides Cam Thomas. So if this is the most wait, Scott. If this is the
you
most
ain't gonna have nobody near still. And
yeah, but
the second pick. Listen
Let
to
him
the
finish. Let him
logic.
finish.
You're
Let
gonna
him finish.
give up everything that you got, get a second round pick,
It's not
have the
much, Scott.
same
It's not much.
scrub team that you had last year, and teaching this guy on a losing streak in the NBA in his rookie year.
Scott, let me ask you a question, right? See how old is CJ?
About to be 30.
29, 30.
29, right?
29, I think.
So
29.
you don't think San Antonio needs a vet that has
do.
finals
I
experience
understand what
and
they
can
need.
add actually some sort
If I
of
was San Antonio, I would take
shooting
it.
to
They
their
have
team?
that. They got Chris Paul.
I would take that.
I'm
I would
talking
take
about
this
shooting.
move that
Chris
he
Paul
said
probably
right
not
here,
coming back
Chris
next
and
year.
they're
Paul's
going to laugh
as
at
old
you.
as the dirt.
And Harrison Barnes has final
Here
experience
it's
too.
I
And
think
he's a vet.
Cam Johnson is a better shooter than Barnes anyway.
Of course
So
he is.
I would say put Cam Johnson on a playoff team where he can actually contribute and have a chance to win.
I'm not just giving Chris Johnson away. Sorry. What I'm doing is, or I'm not just giving Cam Johnson away. Sorry.
But that's to get Dylan
If the
Harper
trade don't
though.
benefit, but that's not realistic.
No,
I mean,
wait,
can we be
that
for
is
real?
not like very realistic. That's the most serious offer. Sean Marks had a pair of balls to really get Dylan Harper. This is an offer you give to a team like the Spurs because we need a franchise potential guy. Don't have it right now. No
But that's not
disrespect to Cam
realistic when
Thomas,
they.
but that's just facts right now.
Hold on.
That's not realistic when the team is tied to Giannis. Now, after Giannis move and KD move and all these players move, then we can see what that looks like. But when the team is tied to these players, that is not realistic.
If you throw a 3-team trade, it can be.
Thank you, LM. Like, let's do a 3-team deal.
Why
Nets,
would
Spurs, and
Milwaukee
Bucks.
give
We get
us
some
the
access.
number
They get
2
access to
pick?
everything. Come on.
If they were trading Giannis, why would they give us the number 2 pick?
Not even number 2. We could get the 14th pick and some other assets in that scenario.
Hold on, John. If you're doing a 3-team, if you're doing a 3-team deal,
One mic, yeah, one
San
mic.
Antonio will have to give Milwaukee assets. Necessarily, if you're talking about getting Giannis and then getting Cam Johnson from us for San Antonio, that's a win for them. You get arguably a top 3 player and you get another shooter that you can add in the lineup. That's a win. You move on from that. You don't necessarily need Dylan
How
Harper. You
does
already
that
got
help
Castle
us?
in Fox.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they
We
don't
get
need
Dylan
him.
Harper and we get a point guard for the foreseeable future.
How do we get Dylan Harper if Milwaukee is trading the better player?
This is how it
Please,
works.
please listen.
We give up.
Milwaukee is trading with San Antonio. We are the team in the middle where they're not doing deals with us. They're doing deals with San Antonio. We are just the team in the middle that needs a point guard, that needs a Dylan Harper. So that San Antonio does not necessarily need. They are doing business with Milwaukee in terms of right. We'll give you Vassell. We'll give you all these other picks. We'll give you young guys on our roster that's not 25 yet that y'all can still develop and grow. We'll give Brooklyn the 2nd pick, probably Keldon Johnson in terms of salary or whatever.
Why
and
would
you
they
give
do
us
that,
Milwaukee and Cam Johnson.
But why would Milwaukee not say that they want the number 2 pick if they're in the position that they're going to be in, losing their franchise player?
Well, they
Why
ain't got
would
nothing.
Milwaukee
That's why.
not?
They ain't got nothing.
Well, Priest, this is when the Nets would give up their 8th and 19th pick in that trade. To first get the number 2 pick, we'll say, Bucks, we'll send you 8th and 19th pick on top of everything else you're
Why
getting,
would they
which is a
want
King's ransom of
that?
assets.
Why would they
I'ma
give
tell you
up the
why
second best player in the
I tell you
draft?
why they might because he might say, "Trade me."
Spurs not gonna give up that pick, man.
If
Yeah,
Giannis
yo,
say trade me,
First,
Giannis don't
all,
seem like he gonna
But you
say
saying
trade me.
Dylan? You saying
he
Dylan might say
he
trade
might
me?
tell them. He might not tell us.
John, they're not giving that pick up, John.
But you so
I
you're saying
don't
that
understand what's happening
you're
here.
saying Dylan would say trade me to Milwaukee?
No, I'm saying Giannis will say, "Trade me. Make this trade."
No, I get that part. I'm already operating it with Giannis being moved. So
Right.
that's already my mind is already there.
That's
What I'm
not
saying
guaranteed,
is
though.
why would it's damn near
Why would
guaranteed.
Milwaukee do it?
How
Why
do you know
would
that? How do you know?
Milwaukee
What if he
why
stays? What if he stays?
why would Milwaukee
What if he stays?
He ain't staying with the Bucks. He's out of there, man.
I'm saying,
Stop.
what
why
if he
would
stays, though, John?
Milwaukee
What if he stays?
give the number 2 pickup when they're losing their franchise player? Why would they do that? That's the part I'm missing. I get everything
Well,
else. I know how the business works, but if I'm a team that's losing my franchise superstar, one of the best players in the league,
because they don't
why would I
look.
say, okay, I'll take the 8th pick for him. Y'all can have the 2 pick.
Well,
And I'll just take some of
let
these.
them get a pick next year and tank next year.
where
Try
we
to
would we throw in them extra assets, Priest, essentially? The
Listen,
Nets and Spurs.
listen.
If we're
I'm
doing a
sorry.
3-team deal with the Bucks, we're essentially
But
doubling
they,
their
but
assets.
nobody
what you're saying.
believes that. But none of these scouts believe that those other prospects have Dylan Harper ceiling or floor really.
Yeah,
So
but does Dylan
why
Harper
would?
really want to be a Milwaukee Buck or a Brooklyn Net? If Dylan Harper did have a say, he's like, send me to Brooklyn, man.
But he
I want to go
doesn't
play for
have a say.
Milwaukee.
He doesn't have that say.
His father
They
kind
don't
of
give a
wants to have a
fuck,
say.
John. They don't give a fuck. They're gonna get drafted
I
if they
know.
happy as shit.
He's
They
gonna
gonna
get
be happy
drafted
as shit.
wherever he
Y'all
goes. He
trying to
doesn't
see
have a say
now? I'm
there.
starting to get like Breeze. Don't give me no trades that are bullshit, ain't realistic. I can't do that.
No,
Yeah,
listen.
exactly. I'm trying to figure out what's really happening, man. We gotta
What
be realistic.
what
all
Arthur
right,
That's
well,
Field
hold on.
said
That
is
is
a
a
ballsy,
realistic move to
realistic
get a
offer.
third team
If
involved.
it's realistic though, hold on. I heard the Spurs do not want to give up the 2nd pick,
They're not
and
gonna. I heard they're not
Somebody
giving up
got
the
an
number
echo.
2
Who
pick.
got an
They're
echo?
not
God
giving up that.
damn it.
Yeah, it's bad.
yo,
Somebody got an echo though, man.
Yeah,
Somebody got.
yeah. Everybody go on mute unless you're talking, please.
can you? All right. So they don't want to give up the 2nd pick at all. They want to draft Dylan. Period. And then whatever happens after that is they don't want to give up Dylan at
They're
all.
not giving them up. They're not
They
giving
don't
them
want
up,
to give
man.
him up.
Nobody gonna help the Nets.
Even if they
Nobody's trying to
trade for
help the Nets.
Giannis, they don't want to give up Dylan.
Nobody's
They
trying to
really
help the
do.
Nets, yo.
So
So
that
you
is
saying even if Giannis
implicit
was on the
in the Giannis
table,
trade
they're
because
still taking that Dylan pick?
what's been reported is that they refuse to give up the 2nd pick. They're not trading that pick at all to nobody.
They not that
Philly
type of
is the only
team.
team.
They don't usually trade. They don't trade that often.
Yeah, because they
they
he's gonna
take their
become a
picks.
great player because it's Spurs. You know, Scott.
They take their picks.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they might just take I think Giannis to there is true, but I'm thinking they take Dylan and whatever the hell happens.
Giannis is going to be stuck in Milwaukee, dude.
If
I'm not a fan of the
So
three
why,
guard
why do
lineup.
that? But hold on. But why do that for Fox if that's the case? I mean, unless they
That's
just
my
going to
question.
leverage Fox to whoever they see.
But
fit.
Breezy, but Breezy, remember at the time at the trade for Fox, niggas didn't know they was gonna get the 2 pick.
That's true, but they had to know something if they was tanking. I mean, Wemby got hurt. You know what I
Here's
mean?
the thing. Here's what I heard, Breeze, that they believe that with them 3, they can figure it out, and Dylan is tall enough that they can work it out in a rotation because he is 6 with shoes on. He's 6'6" or 6'5", whatever. So they can move him wherever they feel like moving him. He's not a small guard either. So they figure that they can have him play another position at times.
So who would you put at the 3? If you got to start Dylan, Harper, and Castle, who would you put at the 3?
Probably Castle. He's more athletic, quicker. Yep. You know what I mean?
Castle go
Dylan at the 2.
Yep. Put Dylan. You could put Dylan 1 or 2.
That's what they was thinking. That's what I read. That's what they.
Hey,
that's
John.
What they're not moving off.
Yeah.
No,
We
I
are
don't
doomed,
believe
man.
that.
We are fucking doomed.
Well, we're doomed unless the Nets do something really big on draft. I think they have time to do something, but at the end of the day, what is Marks going to do to get a top pick if he has a chance to? What is he willing to give up from 31 picks? That's what it comes down to.
Something doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
The only way to move up is if Philly moves off that pick. Other than that, nobody's moving off their spot because every other team looking to move up.
They,
think Daryl Moore would
are
do a
not
deal
your
with us?
friend. Those teams are not your friend.
Daryl Moore,
to
OS
friend
would
with
give
you.
him Bum Simmons.
If they make a
Fucking
deal,
OS,
believe
man.
me, you giving up a lot. You giving up more than what you getting.
Orange, then they are not giving us Castle.
No, they
No,
They're not. They're not doing that. Nothing. They're not doing nothing.
Yo, they keeping Castle. They're gonna draft
They
Dylan
keeping what
Harper,
they
and they're
got,
not giving no nothing.
That would
Nobody.
be a great alternate
if
reality
if we
scenario.
were to trade with Philly, it would probably be Johnson, two of our picks in this year's draft to get Drummond, Kelly Oubre in that third pick. I've seen hypotheticals
Didn't
like
we
that.
have enough of Philly?
Kelly
Hey,
Oubre is
listen,
not bad though. Kelly
Scott,
Oubre is not
I don't want to do business with the guy either, but if Philly is desperate to get upgrades and not use that pick, we got to be willing to do business with him.
I don't want to help teams
I
in
think
our
Philly. I
division
think
no
Philly's
more.
gonna
But
get.
Scott, we're
eight.
helping ourselves. We're getting a top 3 pick in this whole thing potentially. We got to be
I don't think
willing.
the top three
are they
teams
gonna
is
do it
trading.
though, John?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think the top 3 teams is trading. It
Philly's
could
not
happen,
doing it.
but I don't know if Philly will do it.
I think Philly would be the most open out of the other two. Like if the Spurs get Giannis, then you have Philly who has to do something. They currently need upgrades.
Philly's
They don't
not
need
doing
young guys right now.
But do Philly have a money for the 4-year rookie contract, first round? Or
No,
lottery pick?
they don't
Do
have
they
a lot of
lottery
flexibility
pick
right
money?
now. They got to move contracts
That's what I'm
around.
saying. They don't have money, right, John? They don't have a 16 or
But
20
remember,
million
Quinn
dollars.
Grimes. Are they going to bring him back?
Might not
Every
even be on
team,
that
every
team. They
team
need
can
a center.
sign their draft picks.
That's true, though.
That's
That's true,
crazy.
though.
Every team can sign their draft picks.
You're right.
Yeah, this is the question I asked on TikTok, right? And if you're a Philly, you know you in between stage. Either you at the end or you can start over. You already got 2 young guys, and if you add Ace, that'll be your 3rd young guy, and you can rebuild from there.
What day is the draft? Oh man, I'm
Wait,
tired of waiting, man. Fuck.
Draft is you got 20 days for the draft.
Oh my god, yo, 20 days. We're gonna think about this shit 20 days, man.
Or you can trade and add your veterans, but like you said, they tight with money. But would you know what I'm saying? You got 2 directions you can go. It's not just one direction Philly has to go.
We gotta find the people, the teams with the tight money, and then just trying to squeeze them out. Pause. We gotta try to squeeze them. We gotta try to like a low ball them. Pause.
Right. It's getting even worse.
Right? You gotta try to do that. You gotta try to do that because
I'm looking at my phone like, yo.
We got the money.
If we somehow got Ace Bailey, man, I think the whole Brooklyn base would feel even more exhilarated about what our potential future is.
We take Ace Bailey, we take Edgecombe, we take whatever. We take anything because we don't have it.
Well, like I said,
if we got Ace,
for some reason, the league does not have the same faith in Ace Bailey that a lot of onlookers do. They don't feel like he played winning basketball.
We take Derek Queen, we take fucking Malawat,
a whole lot of people
whatever.
that don't have a lot of faith in
We take all that. We take whatever, man. We take whatever talent.
Listen,
whatever
I think
man.
the Tracy McGrady comparisons was hella premature, and I don't know.
Priest, listen, I agree. I wasn't always on the Ace Bailey bandwagon, but looking at what he could provide, if he has the right development staff around him, he has scoring form. It's just who can unlock the tool sets? Who could get him physically stronger? Jordy, I think, could take Ace to the next level potentially if the Knicks do trade for him.
Can't forget about Ace Bailey defensive potential. I was watching these highlights.
But he don't play defense
No,
consistently.
when he's doing the chase down blocks and shit like that, because somebody put up the Ace Bailey some of the defensive highlights.
He gives up a lot on defense, which is one of.
I'm sure you do, but he's super young though.
You also got to look at the team he had in Rutgers. He's not having a good team in Rutgers either, Priest.
That's what we always say. We look at the team when you got, and I say this till the day I die. If you got 2 of the supposed top 3 players in the draft class, you should not miss the NCAA tournament.
But that's pretty bad, though. Yes, that's pretty bad, though. He's probably going to win like 25 games every season when he gets to the NBA team. 25 games max. 25 games for somebody like Ace Bailey. He's going to be like a third guy.
That was a lot of weight for them to carry, though. That was a lot of weight for them to carry up in Rutgers. I don't care if it's just 2 of us that's nice like that. That team was god awful.
But see, you know the problem, Ice. You know the problem with that, Ice.
I agree with that.
68 teams make the tournament. 68.
You can't make excuses for 2 guys, though. You can't make
68.
2 guys.
If you have 2 of the top 3 players,
that's fact.
in the class, that's right? in the draft class.
Yeah.
Because where are you going to go? You're going to go to an NBA team that's
Or
terrible.
maybe they didn't give a fuck about the
And
college,
not-
because they know that they're one and
But
done.
that's
Maybe they
why.
don't give a
But
fuck.
that's why most of them not going to an NBA team that's terrible. You know what I mean? Your top three not going to an NBA team that's terrible.
But these guys are young, man.
Well, we don't know about
Remember what I
mad
told
young
y'all.
though. They mad young.
Remember what I told y'all about what David Stern said to Shaq. Cause how you gonna walk up to the man, a young prospect, and say, "Yo, where you want to play at? Where it's hot, where it's cold," and then you go to Orlando. That shit ain't no coincidence. They going up to these kids and making sure that they happy.
Man, we can say what we want to say.
Shaq
Those
said it, not
players.
me.
No, I ain't talking about that
Hey,
specific
Priest, I
situation. What I'm
kinda
talking about is when you got that kind of talent on the team, and I get it. Everybody else on the team wasn't. Some teams don't got no top players and they make the tournament. I've seen Princeton make the tournament. Anybody know who go to
Priest,
Princeton?
it's a lot of
Nah, it's a
lot of different things that play into this though, Priest. You can't just go off
it's a lot of things
okay, well these guys are top guys that go in the draft, so that means they should have made the tournament. Like I said,
I
like their
believe that.
team was trash. They're rookies, man. They're getting drafted based off of their upside. More than anything. So I think that's a bad example.
But you're supposed to
of,
have winning intangible. You're supposed to have winning intangible. No, they're going to be one and done. I've seen plenty one and done teams make the tournament. That don't move me.
But those teams probably went to like a top Division I basketball school. They didn't go to Rutgers, bro.
And Priest, you got to ask yourself this: what is winning championships right now? Having solid wings. We need solid wings.
I've seen Kawhi with San Diego State when nobody knew who they were. I've seen these guys, Paul
What
George
about
with
Damian
Fresno
Lillard
State.
taking
Fresno
Weber
State
State?
was not
Taking
good.
Weber State to
I've
the
seen with Murray State with Ja. I've seen players take mediocre teammates to the tournament. I ain't say win the championship.
That's true.
I said take them to the tournament.
Big Priest. So you mean to tell me that they're not good enough though? Even though they're the top 2, 3 ranked, they're not good enough. That's what you're trying to say.
They're not good enough. They're good enough.
I said I don't
No,
know
come
what kind
on,
of
come
winning.
on.
I said I don't
But
know
they're not
what kind
winners.
of winning intangibles are there because of what I saw. Because I've been listening to a lot of different people with a lot of different opinions. I was on the hype train, but that is true because I believe that is true.
Wait.
If you have that kind of top end talent in college, you should at least make the tournament. I didn't say win it because there's
what you gonna say
because
about
what you got to
Dylan?
think about what you got to think about what you got to think about. There are 68 teams that get invited to the dance.
Yeah,
Priest.
but you got to remember how
Priest,
many
we gotta
colleges
hold on. Priest,
But
we
are you
gotta look
giving
at
that
another
same
thing
credit?
too. Hold
Are
on.
you discrediting
Let me just say this real quick.
Dylan the same way?
Let me
Because
just
I
say
know
this
you
real
love
quick. Let me
Dylan.
just say this real quick.
One mic, yeah, one mic.
You got to look at another thing too.
Because I think both of them have lacked as far as winning is concerned. I was answering Jay's question. He said, am I discrediting Dylan as well? And I said yes, because I feel like both of them lacked in that area as far as winning intangibles. So yes.
What did Harper lack? He was killing it. He was the
So
third best scorer at one
ask
point.
Priest this. Can I ask Priest a question? Does it also depend on the conference you play in? You got to understand, Kawhi and them was playing in bullshit conferences, bro. It's
I don't think
easier
it
to
matters.
It's
I don't think it
easier to
matters.
get to the NCAA championship conference if you're playing in a bullshit conference. If you're playing in the Big East where there's other teams and it's stacked, it's going to be a harder uphill battle.
But they weren't
That
in the
is a
Big
fact.
East.
But to what you're saying, right? So you the intangibles of carrying a team or winning, you don't think both of them have?
I don't know because I haven't seen them do it, and I don't just put something on somebody I don't know.
Right.
So that's my whole point.
Right.
My whole point, and that's why I've said that a lot of people are. And if you've been listening, you've been hearing the same things. A lot of people are looking at Ace and them sideways because of that. They're saying, and from what I'm hearing, that the only slam dunk in this draft is doggone Cooper Flag. Everyone else is iffy.
Well, I had 2 sides, right? With Ace I don't hear too much with Dylan. I think Dylan is solid. But the thing with Ace is people who really scout him said that no, like if he get in the right situation, he's definitely a multi-time all-star. You know what I'm saying? They think he's gonna be a superstar. Some
Yeah,
people
he
think,
very well can be. And
and
I'm not saying, see,
right.
that's what I don't want people to think, that I'm saying that these players can't
No,
be that.
no.
Because they're not.
And I got the other side that you know what I'm saying? Like as far as what happened, they like, I don't know if he has it in him. He doesn't seem like he's that, you know what I'm saying? He don't got that type of upside to certain people. So I get both sides of what you're saying too. I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm not making an argument either way. But because that's why I said that it's people that see Dylan, or not Dylan, but Ace falling, right? There are people that see that. And so I just listen. I just listen and listen and listen. I'm not making any judgments for myself because that I'm not in the scouting department. I don't work for none of these teams. So if I'm hearing certain things and I relay that, it just is what it is.
That's understandable. If we have a chance to trade for Ace, man,
but to try to put, but to try to knock them because they didn't make the tournament is kind of crazy. There's a lot of
I feel like they should have made the tournament.
There's a lot of little different small intangibles that play into that.
I think they should have made the tournament. Out of one of the 68 teams, that's over half of the major. That's more than half of the major conference teams and the mid majors.
But you're saying they should have made it. But they're playing in a highly competitive conference with a garbage ass team.
That tournament.
It was 2 on 15.
They're not playing in a MEAC conference like Kawhi and them was playing in.
Yeah, plus besides Harper and Ace, did anybody know who everybody else was on that team? Anybody knew who the people were on the team?
It's easier to win that. You win that conference, you automatically get the NCAA bid. Everybody knows that.
I've seen who was it? Obi Toppin getting a tournament with a mediocre Dayton team. I mean, it is what it. I'm just talking. See, because when they do you know how they even do the selection?
Yes,
they
I
look
do.
at your quality of wins. They look at the quality wins.
Yeah,
they look at the bad losses. They look at all the stuff
but
like that.
Priest,
They
I'm
were,
also
but see,
smart enough
they
to
were
know that
losing
you could
to
be
teams that they shouldn't have lost to
Priest,
as well.
I'm also smart enough to know that you could be a bad team and get in just as long as you win your conference championship.
Well, it ain't just.
Wait. What we talking about now?
We're talking about Ace and Harper.
No matter how good or bad you are, if you win your conference championship, you get an automatic bid. That is a fact.
Yeah.
If you win your conference,
Priest.
The thing is that
do they still do it like that though? Like I don't know if they
even
still
on the bubble though. They were not even considered. This is crazy.
You got to look at the talent on the roster. Besides Ace and Harper, nobody knew who everybody else was on that team.
But they got two of the top 3 talents in the draft overall.
In the whole draft.
Like I hear what y'all saying, and y'all right too. But Priest is making points, bro. Like if you are 2 of the top talent,
you
in
2 of the baddest niggas.
Yeah, but you guys act like you're supposed to be LeBron James.
Bro, he didn't say they had to win the tournament.
Hold on, Jay.
They just had to make it
Hold on,
there.
Jay.
Right, one mic.
They didn't even make the tournament.
Hold on, Jay. I'll put it like this because there's a lot of New York cats here. If you got two of the baddest niggas in the park, they can pick up 3 dudes and run shit on the court in the park.
Facts.
Right.
Can I stop you right there? Can I stop you right there?
Listen, it's different in college, though, man. It's different in college.
It is different in college.
It depends on your conference. And depends on the conference and the level of play. You got a lot of teams in college who are nice, who have been playing together for a very long time.
So you're saying it's a lot of moving parts,
bro. That's like us having
it's not.
That's like us having KD and Kyrie and not making the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. Duke
automatically makes the playoffs.
Hold on,
it's basically what it is. But I just wanted to throw this part in here, bro. Like the more and more days we get closer to the draft, the more and more like everybody is talking about only them 2 moving down the most. Like I'm talking about, like they're not even talking about Ace being picked top 3, and they talking about San Antonio not needing a point guard because they got De'Aaron Fox
and they got Castle, and they still got CP3, who they probably gonna sign a vet minimum. So I'm trying to wonder, bro, who is in the real need outside of Dallas, because Kyrie is gonna be out until December. Who is in the real need for Dillon outside of Dallas and us? Because everybody seems like they got their point guards already.
No, but go back to the college point, right? They what you say about the park was facts, right? But when you got to carry 15, when you got a roster and you got to carry 15, well, not 15, but 13 guys, you two got to carry 13 guys. Your center played basketball for 2 years. Somerville was a rookie and he was like 6'10", and he wasn't really a center. Ace is being asked to play power, actually rebound and play power forward, basically, and score at the same time. Dillon asked to score and facilitate when he, you know what I mean? Like, they was asked to do a lot for that team. There's only so much they can do for 13 other guys. You know,
exactly. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question now. So if you have with them on your team, right? Most games you should have the two best players on the floor, correct?
Right.
For the most part, yeah. For the most part.
So when you have the two best players on the floor, on what level do we not hold them accountable for not winning games?
They were doing the best they could do.
So was Ben Simmons.
No, I give you. Yeah, you hold them accountable, right? Hold on. You hold them accountable to a certain level, but you also got to hold the team accountable and the coach accountable for them not winning.
You got to hold a bunch of people accountable.
Yeah,
listen, that Rutgers team was horribly constructed.
But that's why I'm giving all the numbers. It's 68 teams that make the tournament.
But only of them 68 teams, 31 automatically gets a bid.
Bro, it's a lot of good teams that don't even make the tournament, bro.
37 teams out of 5,000.
You know how many good teams don't make the tournament?
But nobody with that top end talent has ever missed a tournament, and I guarantee that.
Okay,
Can
I ask Priest a question? Can I ask Priest a question?
Go on.
What was it? Michigan State. That's who Jace Richardson played for, right?
Yeah.
So you seen when Michigan played Rutgers, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Priest. If you got a team like Michigan State, they ain't got no big names on it, right? But they got a 5-star recruits. Team is deep, can go 8 to 10 deep. They've been playing together for 3-4 years. And then you got Rutgers over here with these 2 5-star recruits that's supposed to be all world and playing with a bunch of scrubs. You think they're gonna beat that deep team like Michigan State that got those 5-star recruits that have been playing together for 3-4 years?
Especially with
I didn't say, coach. But you still missing my point.
But my point is, bro, just because you got 2 guys and then you got shit, don't mean you're gonna run through Division I teams who've been cohesively playing together
with
for
better
3-4 years and are
Keep
deep.
saying better coaching. Stop, y'all leaving out factors, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of shit that go. A lot
better
of
coaching. Better, bigger conferences.
So I can't really ping Ace and Dylan on that. I can't.
Most definitely can. It's not their fault. They got put on a bad team. It's not their fault.
Yes, it is. They chose to go to the team. What are you talking about?
No, it is their fault, though.
Right. It's the coach's fault for not talent properly.
No. Come on. They could have went to Duke if they wanted to. They chose not to go to Duke. They chose to go there, and this is what they get when they go there. Come on, stop.
But wait, weren't you the same guys ripping Cooper's? Weren't you the same guys ripping Cooper's ass? They had too much help. Now you ripping these guys after they have enough help?
They chose to go to Rutgers, though, right? Yeah. They chose to go to Rutgers, and they had to deal with their situation. Right. But as far as like what Prince is saying about, you know what I'm saying, you have the 2 top players in the draft, basically top 3, and you're not making the tournament. They had a chance to make the tournament, and they tried. But like I said, when you got a center that played basketball,
they had a better team than like Xavier, who made it, right? And Xavier was, to me, in a tougher conference in the Big East. So they had a better team than Xavier, right? Xavier made it. They had more top end talent, and the role players to me were better. They had and Xavier was in a tougher conference. It was about these guys getting it done in situations. Some of the games they weren't getting rocked out. Some of the games they was losing down the stretch.
You're right. They lost the conference. They didn't win the conference. They did not come out top in their conference.
That showed you they weren't that good because they couldn't win the Big East Conference, and the Big East Conference ain't the ACC or.
They're not in the Big East. They in the Big Ten.
It was literally
And the
2
Big
versus
10
5
is worse than the
basketball.
Big East.
Yeah,
the Big Ten is worse than the
2
Big
versus 5
East.
basketball.
Yeah, so that proves my point. They weren't running.
They
They're
didn't
not.
win
They're
it.
in a weak conference and they couldn't win it.
Yeah,
That's what Priest is saying.
Their team is weak.
Yeah,
know what? You know what?
Big Priest, but he has a point. But the team was awful. Like I said,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
But
team
that's
was
why
that
I'm
bad.
not. Y'all
The team
keep
was.
harping on the tournament, like I said, and they should have been a 1 seed.
No.
I
What I'm
saying they
saying is
should
the
have got
team was
an
that bad. They
invite.
couldn't win in
Yeah,
the
but
conference.
that was
Priest,
on
how
the-
can you
that was
get
on
to
them
when you don't have a
people
good
who-
team? That's the problem. We're telling you.
Because you
that-
got 2 of the top
but-
3.
But no.
You should at least get
So,
I
there.
understand what he's
Jay,
saying.
are they LeBron James-esque to do that? Do they have to be
Okay.
LeBron James-esque to do that?
So
Wait.
let me ask
answer
y'all a
this.
question. And let's keep it real. If you put Cooper Flag and Common Mollywalk on Rutgers, do they miss the tournament?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's
they
the
do.
point.
Oh.
And
Yes,
Common
they
is in
do.
top 3.
They do. Here's why. I'm gonna tell you why. Right?
You a damn lie.
Yeah,
They do not.
I'm gonna explain why. Is Maluwas putting up on Ace Bailey's numbers? No.
On Rutgers, he'll put up numbers like that.
No,
He didn't get the
he
shot
won't.
attempts at Duke.
No, he won't. No, he won't. He won't put those numbers up, right? Because I get you
Why
saying
won't he?
he's gonna
Why
get more
won't he?
attempts on Duke, but he's not putting up Ace Bailey's numbers, right? Second
So
with
you're
that
saying
team, right?
no?
Listen,
Common
hold on.
Mollywalk on Rutgers averages at least 17 and 10. At least that's bare minimum. At least. And the 7'2" big who's actually getting touches, that's at the very least.
All right,
But
and
go
Cooper
ahead.
doing what?
Cooper's is probably one of the best scorers in the league. He plays defense. Yeah. If you have them 2 players, and I know y'all want to say no, but if you have them 2 players, right? On Rutgers, they make the tournament. I'm
My
not
thing
saying
is,
that they're the
if
one.
you
How are they
take,
making the tournament?
wait,
Are
but
they
hold
are
on.
they
If you
winning the
take,
conference
wait, hold on,
championship,
screw,
or
come
they
on.
just
If
getting
you
quality wins throughout the season?
if you take Dylan and
They get-
Ace off and just insert Cooper in there, do they make the tournament?
They might. But
With that,
I
you
just
just
said I
removed those
just took 2
two and just
players because it was 2 players we're talking about.
They would definitely need the center to get to that tournament. As great as Harper and Ace are individually, you need that big man.
Y'all be thinking these guys Superman or something, man.
Yo, factually, what's going on here with that?
It ain't even about being Superman. It's about being able to see y'all. I'm not letting nobody off the hook like that, and I'm not even saying they're gonna be bad at the next level. But if you're telling me that I have 2 of the top 3 players in the country, in the whole country, 2 of the top 3 players in the whole country, I know the athletic department thought they was making the tournament. Name these other niggas.
Name the other 3 Rutgers
I
starters.
have a question for you,
Hold
Priest.
on. Somebody name the other 3 Rutgers starters.
What
You
is
talk
that
about
even?
I know one
2 top
Somerville.
players in the whole country.
I know one Somerville. You know what I'm saying? Somerville was the center. He had to play center because the real center got hurt.
I'm saying you gonna know that because you thoroughly watch college basketball. I'm asking these other niggas. Name the other 3 Rutgers starters that played with Ace.
What does that have to do with the point?
They're trash.
Thank you, Joey.
Wait, hold on. Let me say this, right? What if Rutgers in general, because they did choose where to go. Like that's just the main bottom line. But to Priest's point, if Cooper is there instead of those 2, and you add Kaman, Ice, you don't think Kaman is at least giving you like 14 and 12 or 15 and 12, especially if he's not playing in the Duke system?
He's giving you numbers, but it still doesn't make up for the. It's gonna balance. It's gonna balance out to what Dylan and Ace did. Is what I'm going to say.
Exactly.
It's gonna balance out. It's not going to be more. It's not going to be less. It's going to balance out.
They
To the
did
same.
not do good.
So if
They did
Molly
not do
Watt
good
goes
in
there
the
and
Big
puts up the
Ten.
same numbers or less,
That's
how
their
are they
problem.
winning?
They didn't do good in the Big Ten.
That's true.
They did not do
Y'all
good
are
in
giving
the
these
Big
dudes
Ten.
passes. You know what? Okay, let me ask you a question. Because all y'all doing is making excuses. These niggas lost to Kennesaw State, a small school right up the street from me. They lost to Princeton. What are we talking about? They had
they
bad
lost to
losses. Is
Purdue.
why they didn't
I
make the
remember when
tournament.
y'all said they was
Priest,
losing
would you
to
still
nerve.
draft them, Priest?
Nebraska.
If we had the
They-
second, third pick, you're still drafting one of them, right, Priest?
They lost to
But he's not
Iowa.
saying that you
I'm
don't
not
draft
saying
them.
they
He's
don't
just
have
saying
a
supposed to
that
lose to
plan.
when
niggas
I'm
with
not
high
saying they
GPAs.
don't have a
They
Priest
lost
is,
to
plan.
Priest is not
Michigan.
saying you don't draft them. He's just saying talents of their caliber should have, even if they didn't even have to win the whole thing, but they should have
No,
at least made the
I
play.
said that multiple times. They could have lost in the first round of the tournament, but they should have been in there.
They didn't have the pieces. Hear what Joey said 10 seconds ago?
Yo, bro, them kids in Princeton and Harvard got a lot of other shit to worry about than basketball, and they still beat the top two.
Right, but they seniors. They seniors.
And those kids in Princeton been playing together for about 3-4 years.
Man, stop it.
Because they
Okay,
ass.
I'm just saying you shitting on them, but they still
Them
Division
niggas
One
about to go
basketball
get regular
players.
jobs,
What's the
fam.
excuse
They
for
still
Kennesaw
Division One
State?
basketball players at the end of the day.
Yeah, but they
I mean,
accountants at the
honestly,
end of the day. Them
see,
niggas
Somebody
are
should look up
accountants.
Rutgers stats right now. Let's read the stat list of all these players and what they contributed this year. We should look up the list
You
of
say
their
that, but they
stats.
beat two of the top 3 draft picks. They put belt to ass.
Yeah, but
Imagine I'm
whoop
one of the
their
top
ass.
niggas in the country. We talking about what Cooper Flag and them. Imagine Cooper Flag and them losing to Kennesaw State. You could put some of us out there, and they won't lose to Kennesaw State.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
No, I agree. Priest, I'm not saying that they did. Priest, I'm not saying that they don't have to blame.
in Wichita State.
I ain't
I'm
talking
not
about. I
saying
ain't
they
talking
don't
about
have
me
to
and you,
blame.
Ice, who can't move,
what I was
who
saying
physically.
earlier, it's more
I ain't talking about us.
It's more about how the coaching was too. You got to look at coaching.
They had horrible coaching losses, man. Well game plan.
Man, I ain't never seen. I ain't never seen so many excuses made for
Priest,
niggas
it's
in my
not
life.
excuse. Wait, Priest.
You saying Mollywog and Cooper gonna go there with some mediocre niggas, a mediocre point guard,
And
they
make
gonna
the tournament.
And they gonna
I ain't say win the championship.
No,
I
they
ain't say
not
win
going
the
to the tournament.
championship.
Not with that
All right.
coaching, they won't.
They not. They won't.
All right.
They won't.
Nah,
Cooper Flag would definitely take the Rutgers to the tournament. Definitely.
Nah,
By himself.
No, it's not that simple.
You're gonna end up with the same players around them doing the same things they do with Ace.
Because that coach going to tell you to do that, or else you won't play.
I mean, Malawak is a big improvement from Somerville, though.
I think we making crazy
I
doggone.
think y'all take this NBA like the
Nah,
NCAA.
but yeah,
college ain't man.
It's not the same.
Somerville was supposed to be the power. Hold on, I got you. Somerville was supposed to be the power forward. He ended up having to play center because the center got hurt. Then when the center got hurt, then they asked Ace like you got to rebound more because center got hurt early, and the center.
Why should I have to ask you to do that though?
No, because. No.
When you spoke, hold on. If a joker tell me a joker 6'10", 6'11" in college, I shouldn't have to ask you to rebound more.
You got Ace to 6'9". You got Somerville to 6'10", and you got your center to 6'10". You know what I'm saying? You got two dudes down there supposed to rebound for you. Now one of them get hurt. Now the coach is like, I really need you to go down there and basically rebound. And they had them playing center at times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what type of team is that? You're talking about putting them
coaching.
It's wild crazy.
Hey man, college basketball ain't the NBA, bro.
No, it's not. It's not.
And his center played basketball for 2 years. He started playing basketball in 11th grade.
These are fucking kids, not professionals.
Yeah, they kids, man. They not grown people who come from the Timberwolves.
To be fair, their starting point guard Acuff is giving them 5 points per game. So I mean,
so you telling me Acuff going to turn up with Cooper?
So this is the whole thing, right?
Hey Joey,
y'all keep jumping around talking about the
No, I'm trying to understand because the last time I learned basketball was a team sport, bro.
Thank you.
That's what I thought.
sport.
It's a team. Duke is different than Rutgers.
I'm not saying that it's not.
Okay, that's your answer right there. I mean,
that still does not take away from the whole point of just making the turn. Y'all keep making all these. I've seen bad teams make the tournament. I've seen it.
That has something to do with how they perceive to the committee. The committee
and the
makes the
committee was
decision
going to give them an
on
opportunity to
37
get in.
teams.
But when you have bad losses
you
like
gotta
that,
win your division.
all right, bro.
Michigan is in a division.
You don't have to win your division to make the tournament. That's a lie.
Nah,
you
gotta
don't. Be selected.
You don't. You
Rutgers
gotta be
definitely
consistent,
fall
have
below.
quality
They
wins.
lost too many games. They lost
You
two
lost
or
too
three.
many games. They
They lost 17
games or 3
games,
games to
man.
put them out of the tournament. I don't remember. It was 2
Yeah,
or
they
3
lost.
games
They
they
had
lost.
bad losses
And
that
first
put them
of
out
all,
of the tournament.
the Big
Losing
Ten
to Kennesaw
is a
State,
big conference.
losing to, and you acting like, and they're
The
acting
Big
like they was
Ten-
getting it. Come on, bro.
The Big Ten is a big conference.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
know.
lot
They
of big
needed more
schools
pieces,
in there.
though. They needed
There's a
better
lot of
pieces.
big schools in there.
You seen a
Iowa.
lot of bad
Those
teams
schools are
make
huge. They got
tournaments,
big
but this
centers.
bad team
They're
didn't.
big
You know what I mean?
teams. They're big teams.
Yo,
But not only that, a lot of these teams are deep, man, and they've been
Yeah,
playing
they
together
deep.
for a long
I don't know
time, and
where
they're well
you got
coached.
St. John's.
But
You
I
got,
watch
you got
like for
St.
instance,
John's.
like the Michigan game. They lost that game because the top guys didn't show up down the
Dame.
stretch.
You got Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State. Come on, man. Come on.
No, okay, Notre
What kind
Dame
of
ain't even
schools
in the
are
Big
these?
Ten.
I don't
Big
think it's gonna be.
Ten.
I think it'll be worse.
Notre Dame ain't even in the Big
Hey,
Ten.
Priest, I'm not
Ohio
saying that
State
they
is
don't
in the
have
Big
no
Ten.
fault.
Penn
They do
State
have
is in
some
the Big
fault
Ten.
based off of how
Indiana's in the Big Ten.
how their
Wisconsin
season
is
went.
in the Big
But
Ten.
I can't
Purdue is
fault
in the
them for
Big
not
Ten.
making the
UCLA is in the Big Ten.
tournament.
Joey, facts. They got
No,
fault.
Nebraska is in the
So
Big Ten.
with that
Penn
game to
State is in
Michigan
the Big
that they
Ten.
lost by 3 points,
Michigan State
right?
is in the
That
Big
could have
Ten.
turned their season around. You had
Northwestern
Davis
Michigan
get them
is in the
20
Big
points
Ten.
off the bench. You had Eichhoff give him 14
Maryland is
points
in the
off
Big
the
Ten.
bench. Ace Bailey was 3 for 15 with 10 points. He had help on it, and I could go to other games. It ain't just about, man. All right, I ain't
I'm
finna
just
say
saying
do
these
this.
are big schools.
I don't give a damn what kind of school it is. If you got two of the best 3 niggas in the country, you supposed to make the goddamn tournament. I don't give a damn about none of
They
that.
should have went to a big
Because
school.
I
I
guarantee,
mean,
because you know what?
there was
Because you know why? When they started the season, when they started the season in the preseason picks and all this shit, everybody had them going to the tournament. I'm not
right?
tripping.
That's
But
a
look,
fact.
right?
You,
But
that's
look,
a
right?
fact. You right,
You
Priest.
got
That's
times
true,
that
but
I don't.
I
But
told
look,
you
I'm not.
trying to say
that
as time
was
went
I'm
gonna
not
on, we
putting.
move
learned that
around.
they
Didn't
I'm
I
not
tell
giving
you
trash.
that?
Ace and. But look, I'm not giving
That's
Ace
a
and
fact.
Dylan. I'm not giving Ace and Dylan bail. But realistically, in games like that, when your star player is not playing good, at least with Cooper,
He has other
if he had a bad game,
He
Isaiah
can turn
Evans
to the
stepped
nipple.
up.
He can turn to
Tyrese
nipple.
Proctor stepped up. Carl Knuckles stepped up. Like there was players that all right, Cooper finished game with 9 points, but Isaiah Evans might have 19.
I
Proctor
just
might
gave
have
you a
6.
game. I just gave you a game when he had 2 people with 34 points off the bench. He had 10 points. He was 3 for 15, and they lost by 3.
Who, Rutgers?
Yeah, versus Michigan, a team that made the tournament. Versus Michigan, a team that made the tournament.
Well, Michigan is a big school.
Well, that's the point Ellen's making. They had
Right,
to
that's what
know
I'm
those
saying.
guys
They
stepped up.
they lost, but if Cooper
But
is
see,
doing that, they're not.
You made the case that the Big Ten is nothing.
y'all niggas is giving them
Big
bail. You
Ten
can
is-
say
Yo,
you're not
how
trying
about we
to.
just agree to
Y'all
disagree,
niggas
bro?
is bailing
It's
them
like we
out of
talking in
jail.
circles.
Y'all got extra capital on
No,
the
but I'm
side.
just saying they suck. Yeah, the team suck, but that doesn't mean his skill level suck.
But everybody in this
When
roster
you
still can
you
step
know what
up.
but you know what happens when you get to the next level, you don't get these excuses.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But you
Absolutely
also
not.
you play
I wouldn't-
you're
I
a
would not
professional.
argue with you. And when they get
So
into
hold
the
on,
league.
You're
so
damn
hold
near
on.
professional. They
So
was
Big
getting
League.
paid out the ass at Rutgers. That's why they couldn't handle
Y'all
more
don't
players.
make
All the
the
money was
That's
going
why
to
they
them.
went
And
there.
they're
Right,
not
right.
playing
So
with
hold on, hold on.
professionals.
They
They're
got
not
all the
getting paid by
NIL money.
professionals.
Maybe that's
Big
why
Priest,
they
are
went
you
there.
saying that they talented but they not winners? Are you saying that?
I'm saying that they're
It's
missing some
questionable.
winning intangibles. Yes.
It's
Okay.
questionable.
I can,
It's
they
it's
kids.
questionable.
Because
I can live
when
with
you
that.
when you watch them and I know that if y'all watch the games, y'all saw them give up on plays on defense, both of them. And I love Dylan, but they was giving up on defense a lot for some of the plays. It's to the point where people telling me Dylan can't even play defense.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
y'all
I agree
know
with
I've
that.
been
That's a fair
waving the flag
assessment.
and so it's when you got mediocre players around you, and they know that y'all are the two guys, and y'all not busting your ass, they really not gonna do shit.
Right. But
You need
that's
depth.
why I always
Depth
say
is so
don't
important.
put them kids on no pedestal. Stop saying that this is gold. Oh,
And you
this
keep
guy's
talking
going to
about
come in
depth,
the
Scott, did
John.
you
league.
see how
He's
Dylan
going to
Harper
be.
played? He played
I'm just
phenomenal in
saying.
Sweden
I'm just saying.
on a bad
That's
team.
because everybody just think looking at numbers. I'm looking at
But
effort
college
too.
don't
I
determine who
saw
you
the
are as
effort.
a
He had a
player.
game winner.
Right.
Wait, please. Harper had a game buzzer beater with like 5 seconds on the
Sure
clock.
did. Sure
Yes,
did.
But
he
I
He
don't
had a
did.
think
Yes,
I,
he
buzzer
Come
I
did.
on,
don't
beater,
think
and he
that's
got
college.
stepping
blew
up to the
by.
plate.
And he got
That's
blew
stepping up to the
by
plate.
mediocre point guards,
But can
and they
we
was
agree
losing
that
games
some
because the
players?
guys wasn't. See, I don't
Priest,
want
with
to have to
age,
do this. I don't want to have to do this because you're making me talk bad about player I bigged up all year. But
Right.
let's
I
keep
like
it
the guy.
real. Let's keep it real.
I
I
mean,
can
They
keep
Priest,
it
I
kids.
think it's
real.
fair for you to
Yeah,
question. I think
you're
it's fair
right,
for you to
Priest. They
question their winning
kids.
mentality.
They can
Absolutely.
lose.
But
you,
can we
you,
They
agree
You
that
can.
got
some
a
players
fair
is better than the
point.
NBA than in
Wait,
college?
You want to keep it real, Priest? You take Cam Thomas off the current Nets team. This roster is just as bad as that Rutgers roster was this year. You take Cam
Yikes.
Thomas off
Nah,
this
that's
current
not
team.
true.
No,
That's a
it
That's
is.
fucking
not
lie.
true.
Wait, what do we
That's
do
a
with that
flat
team? You
out
I
take
think
lie.
you're
Cam
taking
Thomas
it
off.
too
What is that
far
team
now.
doing? What is
That's
that
not
team
true.
doing without
Because
Cam
That's
Cam
not
Thomas?
Thomas
true.
was off the court and we were winning games. That's a
We
Yeah,
weren't
goddamn lie.
supposed
That's
to.
no,
Don't
not
you
that
get?
true.
We
that
weren't
No,
supposed
that's
to win
not
those
that
true.
wasn't
games.
no, that
It's
That's
not
wasn't
not
about
true.
if we
true.
were supposed to or not. We did, and you just said that
That's
they was
not true.
trash.
That's
Nah,
not
They
that
won
true.
the
Rutgers,
games.
yeah,
You
Rutgers
can't.
Oh
was
You
yes,
can't
they
say
won a
that.
few
by
meaningless
You
games
far.
against
can't.
teams that were either tanking or not
Yo,
trying as
bro,
hard against us.
Our roster
stay,
without
stay
Cam
focused,
playing
John, because
is
you're
still better
making two separate points at
than
the same
Rutgers
Jay,
time.
sucks.
did a lot of
No, the
teams try
point you
this year,
just
or did
made,
a
the
lot of
point
teams
you,
One
give
mic,
up
one
this
mic,
year?
yo,
y'all.
you can't talk and listen at the same time. The
Right,
point
one
you
mic,
just
one
No,
mic.
made
I
proved
definitely
his
can. I
point,
definitely can.
and then you bring up another point. That's not what you were saying when you said it.
No,
Our
listen.
roster is definitely better
Was that roster on Thomas
than
with anything
Rutgers without
special
Cam
this year?
Thomas. I
It
don't
was
think
surprising.
that's an argument though. I think our roster is way better than Rutgers, even
Yeah, I
without
think
Cam
that's a
Thomas
stretch. We
playing.
were
Come on,
terrible, but
man.
they
That's a
wouldn't
They'll
be
stretch.
win the
worse than
fucking
Rutgers.
tournament.
And
And
what is
nigga,
our roster? Can we make it play
our
in?
roster
Come on,
in
man.
And
the
the whole
college, you
point
probably
about
win
it
the
is
tournament.
too, in the
They just
same way
know.
that them kids performed in high school when they had some bums on the team around them and they raised their level of play, that's another intangible that great players do. We raised the level of scrubs. LeBron took I ain't even gotta go to LeBron. AI took a whole bunch of who's and whats to the NBA finals. These niggas couldn't get in the tournament.
That's a
Man,
fair
Listen,
stop
point.
the cap.
but
That's a
priest,
fair
Priest, I
point.
think
I
we're overblowing
always
this out
said,
proportion with Harper and this. I
priest,
really
I
do.
No, I
always
think
said
y'all are.
there's
He's
no
making a great point, and
generational
y'all
No,
just
talk
trying to
here.
shoot.
hold on,
Like
hold
Jay,
on.
he's
you're
not
acting like
saying
it's
these
supposed
guys
to
are
be
No, no,
LeBron
trash.
James.
Hold on,
It's
John.
Dylan Harper. It's
No,
failing
hold on,
LeBron
hold on. Y'all
James.
just emotional, and I
hold
keep
on.
telling
No,
y'all that.
you
Y'all,
One mic,
are.
hold on, John, hold
y'all
on.
get very
Mike,
emotional over
I mean, John,
takes. Y'all don't
Jay,
let people finish. What?
right. Jay, John, everybody gotta let everybody finish. But I just gotta say this one thing. Big Priest was for Dylan Harper in the beginning of this season, saying I'll
Yes,
take
he
him at
was.
number one.
But
So
I
I
understand
think
what
he
he's
got
saying.
his validity to his
It
commentary,
does.
bro.
I'm not disagreeing
Breezy, they
totally.
not arguing that he's wrong though. I don't think that's
No,
what they arguing.
I
Okay.
always
They
said that
literally
there.
are
They
arguing that
literally
I'm wrong.
are,
No,
right?
Wait, but
No,
hold
they
on,
I'm
no,
not
no,
I
saying
wait,
that
think
wait,
I
wait,
think
Harper
it's
wait,
a
let
needs
me
to
tougher
be
explain, let
point.
me explain.
discredited.
Hold on. I think it's a
Hold on, I
tougher
don't
For
think
point.
they're
some
You're
reason.
arguing. I
confusing
think
it.
y'all both
We're
are
hold
right.
on.
But what
We're
but
not
I think what they're
arguing.
saying is even with them not making the tournament, that's a fact. They if they're top two talents, they're supposed to, but also give them grace because they had a bad team.
I, I'm saying that, listen, they do have some to blame. Absolutely. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to fully just put it all on them for them missing a tournament because I understand their coach was trash. I understand the rest of the team was trash. I understand that they played in a decent conference. So I take all the intangibles into consideration when I'm looking at the holistic view of the shit. I'm not gonna just say, "Oh yeah, LeBron these guys are like LeBron and KD. They should beat everybody. Or they should at least go here. No. I believe basketball is a team sport. If you got two great guys with a bunch of scrubs, and I'm playing against a guys that, hey, they're not as great as these two guys, but they're still good. And you know what? They can play 8 to 10 deep. They're going to beat that fucking team with the scrubs and the two superstars. That is a fact.
Because they're not NBA players.
And that's another
But the
thing. They're
whole
not NBA players. They're fucking kids.
Plus, most of who they was facing was seniors. These niggas been together for 4 years. They know
Exactly.
each
That's
other
what I was
well.
saying,
The
that's
seniors
Ella.
is
not
And
gonna
these
take
I'm
two
care
just
were
of
what I'm
together
business.
for
on
a
a
saying.
year.
pedestal. I never did. I
You
told
look
y'all
at you
there's
look at when
no
they played Michigan
generational
State.
pick here.
When they
We
played
don't
Michigan
know.
State and Jace Richardson scorched them niggas up. Everybody's like, oh shit, Jace Richardson is tearing acing them ass up.
And that they, and that there's some picks
Jace
later on in
Richardson
the draft that's going to be
and
great.
Jace Richardson might be a late first rounder, second rounder, but his team is all around stacked and they've been playing together longer and they're more seasoned.
Yeah, they're a better team.
Exactly, and better coached.
Mm-hmm.
And more experience. That's Rutgers
Rutgers,
team didn't have
And
experience.
got
yo,
more money.
Rutgers coach was so bad, right? One game
Got
that I
more
watched,
money.
he took Ace out in like towards the end of the game. He had pulled him out for a possession or two possessions, and then the assistant coach was yelling at the coach like, "What are you doing? Like, you don't take him out the game." And he pushed Ace back over to the sidelines to go back in the game. I was like, "Yo, this is wild."
Ice, you know the team is bad when you can't rest Dylan and Ace at the same time.
Right?
Facts. Facts. That Rutgers coach was so bad he made Steve Nash look semi-decent. That's how bad this coach was.
He was a bad coach.
That was wild. Yeah, nah, Priest, they had a bet. Yo, all around, like you said, they get blamed, but
Yeah, they do get blamed, and you have absolutely the right to question if they have the winning mentality. Absolutely, I'm not knocking you for that. You're right about that.
You're right.
You feel me? And you're also right that great players make trash players or mediocre players look better. You're absolutely
That's
right
true,
about that.
too.
I think it's still the verdict is still out on them, and we will find out. We will find out.
Yeah, you're gonna find out.
Grow a pair and trade for one of them on draft night, Sean Bucks. Grow a pair and trade for one of them. Rectify draft lottery. Let our first
See,
lottery
and the
pick
funny
be a
thing
dude from
is,
Rutgers. Rectify it.
Scott don't want to give up all them assets to trade up to get
No,
one
I
of them
do
two
not.
players.
Because I
Carpe
told you,
diem, Scott.
later
Carpe
in the
diem.
round-
Seize the day.
Later in the
Priest, that's
round,
funny though.
there's gold
You
in
see
the
what I'm saying?
mountains.
Yeah,
So
that's funny.
my whole thing is right. When you're because Dylan, I believe, is the best point guard in the draft. Right, great point guards. Right, and this is just a skill set of a great point guard raises the level of mediocre players.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
That is just a fact.
That is true.
So when you say
Basketball. See, this is the thing, right?
I'm just
Basketball
saying that
hasn't
I believe
changed,
there's more
right?
than one.
Basketball, yeah,
That's what I
you
believe.
got more athleticism, you got more stuff like that. Basketball hasn't changed, right?
No, it hasn't.
So when you have a school and they're not in the SEC, they're not in the ACC, they're not in the Big East.
Big Ten ain't
The
no
Big
joke.
Ten is a joke compared to those other three conferences.
Yeah, but they're
Out of the Big Four, I believe they're the worst conference.
still
So this
have two
is
or three
just
teams
my
that's
point,
pretty
right?
good.
This is just my point. If you are supposed to be that good, which I'm not saying that they're not. This is my whole point. I'm not saying that they're not, but they should have gotten one of the 68 bids. It's not 16. It's not 10.
I thought it was 64.
68.
37
It's
bids.
68. It's the
It's
last four, and
32,
they have
it's
you got and they got like they got
32.
no they got
17,
it's 68.
32
It's 68.
conferences.
It's 68.
So I got a question for
Yeah,
you,
it's
Big.
68 bids, but
I
what
got
I'm
a question
saying
for the
is,
panel, though.
you
Right?
gotta
So
get if you don't
JP,
win the
what are you talking
conference,
about,
which
JP?
Jay wasn't going to do.
One
you
mic,
still
one
was
mic. What's
not
the
gonna
question?
beat the conference.
Let Scott
They
finish
was
and
not
then
going to
get
win the
Ice
so
conference.
now, right? Since the verdict is out on Dylan and Ace, but you do have a Jeremiah Ferris who has raised the level of his team on Oklahoma. Would you
I want
rather,
him.
huh?
I want Jeremiah Fears.
Of
You
I
course
want
wanted
you
to
do.
trade.
Because,
I
but that's why he
would
might be
trade up
ready.
to
He
4
might be
or
more ready than Dylan
I
Harper.
would trade up to 4. But and I've seen and that's the thing because we talked about this too.
Yeah.
I saw how he performed against that great Connecticut defense that tried to box him in the tournament. Now they lost the game,
Facts.
right?
Yeah.
But the way he performed showed me something, right? That's a great defense, and that's a great defense, and that's the back-to-back national champions. So if like the thing, that's why I said they didn't have to win the championship.
Right.
That's why I said that.
But you was
just getting
basing it
in the
on being in the
tournament.
tournament.
Because the whole point is Steph Curry don't get drafted top 10
No,
unless
but
without
you was
them
basing
performances at Davidson in the tournament.
my thing that I didn't like was that you said that they needed to make the tournament, which is kind
Damn,
of
we still
like
going down
hard
this
to
road
do
again,
with
y'all.
all
Come on.
these
No, I'm
schools.
over it. I think me, Joey, and
I
Ice
need to ask Ice a
are pretty
question.
valid.
Who is this guy Noah Single that half of Nets Twitter is jumping on saying we need to trade? We need to pick him over Jeremiah Fears.
Oh, you
I
talking about
haven't
the
watched.
Frenchman?
Podthorn thinks he's the next
Yeah,
Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's why.
who is this Noah Single? Is he like that? Because I haven't watched
He's
tape on him.
okay. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Yo, he
You
is
can check
raw.
him out. I'll pull him up right now. Go ahead.
Now,
Yeah,
Noah
let's
Senga is
look at the
nice.
stats. See what's
yo,
about.
I mean, I still have,
Ain't he one of them French players we've been scouting all year?
yeah. I
okay,
don't
so he's
know.
raw. He's really raw talent,
He's
right?
raw talent
But
though.
he does everything. And if you watch him, he dunks everything. He's small. He's like 6'8" or 6'9", but he plays big, rebounds, block shots, run the floor, transition,
okay.
make
He's
passes.
okay.
Is he a
Yeah,
wing?
yeah, he's a big wing, but he's really small. But like who just said that? John. Pod thinks he's gonna be like Giannis because he's smaller than Ace in the way he is, tall, lanky, long arms, but he's athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he does everything. But when he gets into his grown man body and starts, you know what I'm saying, get to the league,
That's
what
if he do.
no one knows. But if you watch him, he resembles a little bit of Giannis.
Yeah.
My thing is with the players, I feel like when we look at these players, y'all need to like not necessarily chill because we really, of course, every player is a what if, right?
Yeah,
But in terms of one, their mindset, two, the system where they're playing at, three, where the location, work, whatever the case may be. We really don't know what these guys might turn out to be. We're saying he
Absolutely.
we saying he all right. Asenge may be one of the top players in 2030. We won't.
Yeah,
we don't know.
That's why I'm asking.
Like,
Okay,
so-
but LM, that's why I'm asking the question. Do you believe he's worthy of a top 8 pick?
Yes.
No.
Yes. He
I
is.
think so. That's why that's my problem, Joey. The question that you're asking to me, I think it might. We talking about Halliburton was 12. Who's to say in the redraft? Niggas might take Halliburton top 5.
No,
Right.
I understand that, but right
know.
now we can't read the future, and we can only go off of our opinions based off of what we see now.
I'll tell you why. And Breezy, right there, does it tell you his age right there? Does it tell you his age?
Yeah, it's 18. Yeah,
he's 18. Okay, so last year, right? They played against some US teams. They played against Portland last year. He gave them 20 at 17. He gave NBA players 20 at 17. Now he's 18, right? So you think about him giving you 18 at 20 points at 17 years of age against NBA team. And then you know what I'm saying, you go off the upside. Like, what else can he do? He's over there hooping right now. He's still playing in the tournament. That's why he wasn't in the
Okay, is he a shooter? Is he a slasher? Is he athletic?
Slasher, rebounder, block shots. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like Giannis, he's gonna run the floor. You give him the ball transition, he's gonna dunk. If he catches the ball anywhere near the rim, he's dunking it. He's not giving you no floaters, no nothing. He's trying to dunk it on you every time.
How's his frame? Pause. Like, is he like big?
He's slim. He's very
Joey. I don't know.
He's
Joey,
small.
I don't know if you watching the podcast, or just listening, but this is the summary. It said Singe is a Tuesday forward with a fluid handle, dynamic finishing package, a highly versatile defense, but his long-term upside hinges on the jumper clicking. And if it doesn't, his defense must reach a level that prevents coaches from keeping him off the floor. How you feel about that?
I mean, he sounds like a good prospect. Shoot, he sounds like a lot of people who can't shoot. He sounds like he athletic, rangy. He does everything else well, but he just got to work on his shooting, and that's something that could be fixed.
Since he's a shot creator, so I guess the handle is pretty much there.
If you can't shoot in the NBA, you're gonna have a problem.
Not him.
There's a lot of people who can't shoot.
There's a
when
lot of
came
people in the league that probably can't
I'm
shoot.
gonna say it again. At 17 years old, playing against NBA talent, he dropped 20 at 17.
He
hell,
does.
Giannis couldn't shoot when he came in.
And is there another Giannis in the league?
It might be him.
Not. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of players that improve their shooting when they get in the league. They work on it.
That's true.
It's a part of
But I don't think these players gotta live up to be another KD or a LeBron or a Giannis. Let them be who they gonna develop to be. Let them be the next. Let him be the next Singh or whatever.
That doesn't shoot.
No, but he does everything else.
I think
Hold on. Jeremiah Fears can't shoot off the dribble. His shot off the dribble is like 29%, but his catch and shoot is 36%. So you're banking on him working on his off the dribble shot. It's the same thing with him. If he can't shoot and he does everything else, then you banking like, all right, we gonna if a shot is all that he needs to become him.
Okay, I can live with that.
Scott, it's the same thing. It's the same. Everybody got cons and pros. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know that.
When we talk about Con Nipple,
Ain't
right?
nobody
Hold on.
perfect.
Con Nipple can shoot, but when we talk about his cons, we say, hey, he's unathletic. He got a limited bag. So you take him. You pick. You know what I mean? You take what you get.
It's the same thing when Kawhi Leonard got drafted. Kawhi couldn't shoot for crap, and when he got drafted, he was a horrible shooter.
I agree.
I'm not disagreeing
with that.
I think it's just a lot of this shit depends on mindset and wanting to get better.
I'm willing to take a chance on a guy like him over Con Nipple because I feel like Con has a ceiling. I feel like this dude's ceiling is higher if he could get to that next level and improve his shooting.
I think you can
because
get
he
him
has
later,
all the other tools.
Here you go. I got the stats for him playing against Portland last year. 17-year-old, and he scored 20 points in 34 minutes, had 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals.
Now this question I have is this: if Fears is there and this guy is there, who are you gonna pick?
We could go around. I'm picking Fears.
I'm
picking Fears.
I think I'm taking Fears too.
That's so. Then it's a mute point.
I'm just saying. No, Scott. What I'm saying is a lot of people. Scott, I brought him up because a lot of people in that Twitter like this guy for 8.
Here's why they bring him up at 8 because
I would take him over Kneppel.
Yeah, now here's why they bring him up at 8. Because the Pelicans want a point guard if they can't get Queen. If Queen is off the board, then they take Jeremiah. And he is now moving up the rankings to 8 on the mock draft. So now that he went from 11 to 8, that's why everybody's like, all right, if Fears is not there, then you know what I'm saying? You
would take him over Rasheed.
Yeah, you take him over Rasheed.
He's going to go higher than Rasheed, Scott.
Yeah, he's younger. Yeah, he's younger.
So let me ask this. This is the bonus question. Does he have dog in him? Like when you see him playing, do you see that dog? I don't want no soft player, man.
Nah, he does. He got it. He got, like I said, he got everything else except for that. He does everything else except for that jumper.
I think it's hard to tell. I think we really won't know until these guys play in the NBA. Like to see if they really do got that mindset of, yo, I don't care who y'all are, I'm gonna go out there and ball out.
Because if he don't have the jumper,
all you gotta do is pull up his YouTube because I've been watching it lately.
I mean, I watched him. I saw him play.
Yeah, like, pull up YouTube and watch him. I guarantee you.
All I seen was him dunk, dog. See, I mean, he's quick, he's fast, he's lame, he's got long arms. He's the total. He's 3.
He seemed like the prototype. He seemed like the prototype for an NBA wing in today's NBA.
A wing.
Yeah.
But the problem with him was his shooting. That's why I said that's a problem. I don't know. Maybe he might turn into a slasher. I mean, you can't be one-dimensional in the NBA, man.
He's a slasher.
You cannot be one-dimensional.
There's a lot of guys. I don't know. They call role players, man. Come on now.
I don't know his mindset.
Role players. That's why you got guys who they call just 3-and-D guys. Like,
but his mind, he wouldn't be that hot. He wouldn't get moved up that high because he's still playing right now. His overseas.
I'm not saying that he's garbage, though. I'm not saying he's garbage.
He's jumping up rankings for a reason.
He's
doing.
I mean, if we don't take him, Toronto could take him. Chicago could take him. Portland probably.
You don't
Everyone
see
that's
him in the
below
top 10.
his name
Some
is
people
on
did, but
everyone's radar below
I didn't
us.
see him in the top
If
10.
we don't grab him at 8, he's on everyone's radar below
I
us.
think Portland could Portland. You'd be nice in Portland. I feel with Denny, Simons, Sharp, Ayton, Jeremy Grant. No, I feel like he would fit there.
He would
They
probably
need
fit in
him.
If I was
Toronto
him, I
too.
would want to come to Brooklyn.
I think if Malawak drop, I don't know if we don't take him. I think Malawak would probably go to Toronto.
JP Liability said defense is his strength. So
Yes.
we all know
right.
that Jordy loves to play defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I say. He's going to dunk everything and he's going to block shots and he's
But
going to get steals.
which one do y'all think is easier to develop, defense or offense?
Defense.
I think defense.
Defense is more effort than skill.
Right.
Yeah, I think defense is it's an effort. It's a mindset.
It's a mentality.
It's a mentality. That's what they say.
Right.
But you got to understand, it's hard to bring that mentality every night for 82 games.
He really got to work.
When you playing against some of the best in the world, you got to chase around Steph Curry. You got to chase around Anthony Edwards. I mean, that shit gonna eat.
And you also got to remember, not every player is gonna blossom in their second or third year. Like it takes players until like 24, 25 to finally get things clicking.
But that's why I said that about him.
So then we on a 5-year.
He's on 200, 6'9".
Or he 18. So if he figure it out at 21 or 22, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. He's going to be a problem.
We can't afford. We just got to, even with the top players that get drafted, like you got to have the patience and the withdrawal to, not everybody gonna be like Paulo or Ann or Wemby coming out the gate. Like,
so let's say Jeremiah is off the board and Noah and Queen still is for us. Who you picking?
I'm picking Senge. I'm taking him
over Queen.
Yeah, I'm taking him over Queen.
What about you, Ella?
I'll probably take a Senge. He's more versatile, got more length to him, more of athleticism. You could probably put him at the 3 or the 4.
So he could play the 4 with us?
Yes.
I think he can, yeah.
Oh, and he could play the 3. So if he played the 3, that means we could still keep old boy at the 4. What's his name? Noah Clowney.
Yeah, you can do that. As opposed to Queen, who I like, but it's still up in the area of if he can, is he really a 4 or 5?
Yeah,
he's a tweener.
Yeah. His upside, though, and he got a high upside because don't nobody know what his body gonna fill out to be, and if he get like they said, if he get his shot,
if Queen go to the Wizards, I feel like he'll be nasty next to Alex Sarr.
That's what I was saying, but everybody said Alex Sarr don't want to play the 5.
No, he don't. They want to get Washington wants to draft a center. It's either Queen or Maluach that they want.
Yeah, but don't you think if they get Queen, that Sarr would play the 5 and Queen would play the 4?
No, they want to switch it. They want to put Sarr at the 4 and put Queen at the 5 or Maluach at the 5.
Okay.
I mean, Sarr's like 7'1" though. Like,
yeah.
Yo, bro, I saw him in person. He's big as hell.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
But Sarr's one of them Shet archetypes, like them 7'1" dudes that move like guards and can affect the perimeter and all that. So
well,
I mean,
all these teams want to run double big lineups. They all want to get double bigs.
But you know what, guys, that will work well for them because you got a big who can, like you said, he's like an archetype guard, shifty. He can shoot, and then you got a big who can play with his back to the basket and get dirty in the paint. So you got the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got that in your front court.
Yeah, go watch his film, Joey. Noah singing.
So Ice, how would you feel if what's his name?
Who?
If we took Carter Bryant at 8?
Oh no. I'll be all right, but I would not be all right at the same time. You know what I mean?
I'm not high on him, bro.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I've been hearing his name on that Twitter too.
I'd rather take a Senge over Carter Bryant. He's not.
I'll probably take a Senge too.
Yeah.
Okay. Say we take a Senge. We still need a point guard. Are we trading up to get Igor or what's up? Who's our point guard?
If Igor's off the board, I saw somebody saying they wouldn't mind getting Tyrese Proctor.
Oh my gosh, I got him on. Yeah, Proctor 6'6". Proctor's nice. But he got passed more. I don't know if Proctor could pass like that.
I don't, but him being like 6'6", can play defense, shoot the ball next
Yeah,
to Cam Thomas in the
yeah,
backcourt, like
he
I feel
shot
like that will
40%.
work.
I think he shot over 40%. He
Yeah,
shot
he is
40%.
Yes, he
shooter.
did.
He can
Yes,
shoot,
he did.
and he can play
He could shoot.
defense.
That
Like
was his thing.
his defense is
Is
his
he
lifestyle.
one of the guys that the Nets worked out?
No.
Who are these
They
guys
were
that
Nah.
the Nets worked out? Do y'all know
Chaz,
any of them?
yes, Neek Clifford and Chaz Lanier. I think that's how you say his last
Yeah,
name.
Chaz in the
Chaz is another. Chaz, say it again, Big Crease.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
They saw
Igor ain't
Fears
impressed me
too.
either this
Fears
year.
came down.
I thought I was under my mindset Igor should have went back to school and played with AJ.
I heard that too.
Yeah,
Chaz
he didn't impress me this year either.
Chaz is like a combo guard, but he do a lot more scoring than he does passing.
Okay.
And Neek Clifford is a he's a 2-3, and he explosive. He's explosive.
But do y'all think we should try to like not with our 8th pick, but like try moving up like in the probably the late first round? Because due to everybody going back to school, the depth is kind of thinning. So
Yeah.
it's not really much you can get in the second round or the damn near the late first round.
First round, yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I wouldn't be mad at taking Danny Wolf late first.
Man, I love Danny Wolf game, bro.
Danny Wolf would be nice if we got Wolf.
But somebody brought this point up to me. Do you think he could play the 5 in the NBA though?
No.
Well, I'll put him at the 4.
I'll put him at
the
4.
Definitely.
I still like Renard though, man. Renard.
I do too.
Yes, he has
he's my pick.
Renard's a 5. Renard's
But
a
he
5.
might be gone.
Danny's a 4. So you can draft both.
I ain't gonna lie.
He's
If
gonna be
Wolf and Renard is our 4 and 5, I mean, I
That's
ain't
nasty.
bugging
I'm
over
happy.
that.
I really
over that.
want Renard and I want Fleming.
Yeah, that's tough to get on. Fleming's on everybody's board.
Yeah, that would be a dream draft if we got Fleming, Wolf, and Renard.
Yeah, that's tough. Big
That's
Freeze,
hard. I'm looking happy with that.
Big Freeze, where would you take Danny at? What number? Because we're gonna be at 19. Would you move up?
We got 19.
I don't think he's gonna be there at 19.
Nah, he'll be there in the mid-20s.
I thought he'd be there in the 20s too.
Oh yeah,
I did. I would move up
pick.
probably. I would move
I'll
up
tell you
probably
who
to
would take
about 23
Mm-hmm.
and try to take him there.
Okay.
I
Renard
wouldn't be mad at that.
Renard got a promise in the 20s. Somebody in the promised Renard to pick him up.
Hey, let me ask Priest. How do you feel about picking Noah at number 8?
If Fizz ain't there, I wouldn't be mad at it. If Fizz ain't there,
I feel the same way.
I'm of the mindset that I would want to move up to get Fears.
I'm of the same mindset.
Because I would take Fears over VJ. I'll take Fears over a lot of them.
Hold up now. I'm not taking Fears over VJ.
Yeah,
I'll take
I would.
VJ.
Yeah,
I would.
Nah, dog.
Light work.
VJ got too much to work on in terms of his creation and
bro.
shots.
VJ is a monster, bro.
He is, but
I'm
I
taking
think
Fears.
Fizz
I'll
is the
take
more
Fears.
complete player right now.
Yeah,
in terms of
They like
playmaking.
Fizz, 'cause he
I think
brings
VJ
it-
Like
is
if it was a situation like that where we could have swapped VJ for Fears like Atlanta did with Dallas with Luka and all that shit, I would do that shit. I think Fears is gonna be that much better than him. I just would.
Wow. I don't know, man. So who you think's better between Trey and VJ?
Trey.
Trey
You think-
Johnson.
I think VJ is a better lead guard, but Trey scoring ability is might be the best in the whole draft.
I just think VJ's athleticism is just off the charts, and when he gets in transition, he's hard
But Trey
to
is a
stop.
bucket though.
And
In
he can
transition
play
in the
defense
half
too, though.
court. Yeah,
And
Trey
he
don't
got,
play
like,
defense like that. I do agree.
Trey don't
VJ
play
got the
defense.
edge defensively.
I think his playmaking is underrated too. He's not a point guard, but he can still make good passes.
Now this dude is a straight bucket.
Yeah,
You saying this is a
He
playmaker? You
is.
talking about Trey?
yeah, Trey.
He don't.
But
I'm not
But
saying he's
is
not
it safe to
Halliburton,
say
but-
though? Is it safe to say VJ is better on both ends of the floor? No, I wouldn't say both ends of the floor. Okay, Trey is better offensively.
Yeah,
But VJ is a safer bet because he's solid on defense and offense.
It depends because here's how you look at it. If BJ never get his, I ain't gonna say never. If he doesn't get his shot together, and he only has defense, then Trey is automatically, you know what I mean? He's already.
You remember how John Wall got drafted? Niggas was like, "Yo, John Wall get his shot right. He might be." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They
To
said
me,
the
it's
same
kind of
thing
like
about
that.
Derrick Rose. I mean,
Right,
sometimes
exactly.
but sometimes it work out, sometimes it don't.
Right.
I think VJ remind me of Westbrook. So I think he can get turnover happy. I think he's offensively is kind of get to the rim or bust. Trey is a 3-level scorer.
Yeah, Trey is
Knock down the
nice.
three, get to the midi, get to the rim. I think he has sleepy athleticism because I don't think he's bad athletically.
Me neither.
LM, you like Trey?
He's not. He might
Yeah,
not be VJ
Trey
athletically.
was my backup if he
Hey,
didn't get
Priest, I
top
agree with
3.
that. I agree with everything you said.
Trey was my backup if he didn't get top 3. He not gonna be. He not gonna
Okay,
be
so
at 8.
so y'all know everybody want Jeremiah Fears as point guard. We have to think like this: who's our second target that we look for to get in the draft for point guard if Fears is not there?
Oh,
I guess Igor, but he's terrible on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you would have to trade up to
But
get
ain't he
Igor, right?
big? Like I feel like we could teach him defense.
No, he's 6'9", but no, he's 6'9". But hold on,
He might be 6'10". They said he was 6'9", 6'8" barefoot, so he might be.
And you know they like 6'10" point guards.
I know it's not. He's not. You can go Trey, or you can go Walter Clayton. I know fans don't want him because he's older, but Walter Clayton play like Jamal Murray.
It's just Yegor don't got
Proctor.
that shot creation to his game, like
and
You
Proctor.
don't got that. What?
he don't have shot creation. Like his shot creation is
No, he
iffy.
don't.
No,
Like,
Walter Clayton.
no,
No,
Yegor.
Igor.
Oh, Yegor. Nah, he don't got nothing. He basic.
He's just a good. He's a very good playmaker.
He's a good
but
point guard.
He's
He's
still a raw.
Yeah, that's
facilitator.
why. Because he said that point guard. So I look at point guard as a facilitator, playmaker, Tyrese Halliburton type of guy. And I ain't saying Igor is that, but I mean he's the best, probably the best passer in the draft. But
yeah,
as far as defensively he's so bad, and to be
Can't
that
shoot.
big, like come on, bro.
So
Yeah.
let me ask y'all this: would y'all be mad if we got Hansing in the second round?
Oh, Hanson Yang.
The Chinese center.
I know who exactly you're talking about. In the second round, I wouldn't be mad if he's the last pick in the second round. We got him in the second
What
round.
about we get? Would you be mad at getting Hanson and Emmanuel in the second round?
Emmanuel,
That's the one arm kid.
Man,
he's gonna be in the second round.
He's gonna be in the second round. I think that's what I was hearing.
There's somebody in the draft.
But that kid kid got so much fucking athleticism, bro.
Emmanuel. Oh yeah, Emmanuel something.
Emmanuel Hanson.
Oh, that's his name, Emmanuel Hanson.
Yeah, bro. He got so much athleticism, and if you looking for a player with dog in him, if you out there playing, competing with everybody with one fucking arm, bro, you can't say that kid don't got the dog in him.
Nah, he already played against NBA
Bro,
players.
I'm weak right now. It's really a player in the draft with one arm. I'm not trying to be laughing or nothing.
Look him up, bro. I swear. Hold on. I swear, if you go look up his highlights, bro.
Nah, his highlights is nasty, bro.
He's giving work. And I forgot one of the NBA players or a few NBA players wanted to see how good he was if he could play with the one arm, and he can. You know what I'm saying? He can play.
It might be better with one arm.
Got a prosthetic arm?
Nah,
he just got the nub in one arm.
He just got one arm.
What's his name again?
Hanson Emmanuel.
Hanson Emmanuel.
That's crazy work.
I mean, they already get on Jaylen Brown and them by not having a left hand.
That's
Let me stop, man. Let me stop.
Well, much success to that man. That man, young man. But that's crazy.
I don't think I'll be mad at Hanson Yang because they was talking about he's the most skilled. He's just a little bit slow. Like offensively, he's highly skilled. He can make all the passes. He could shoot. He did good in the combine.
He got good basketball IQ.
Funny thing is, Hanson Emmanuel is a point. Like he's like a point guard.
Joking.
Yeah, but he
They got him
Tighten up,
listed as a
man.
point
Loving
guard.
Every said that's not nice, man. Tighten up, yeah.
big
Nah, I ain't
What
say
about
nothing
him?
out of
Say
pocket.
him up.
I
I'm
didn't
giving
say
him all the
nothing out of
props, bro.
pocket. I'm just in wild right now. That's all.
A nigga
Yo,
with
did
one
you
arm
Are
being
you
a
looking
point
at the
guard is
highlights, Joey?
crazy.
nah?
Nah, I'm gonna look at it when I get
Hey,
off.
I'm gonna
hey,
look at
Joey,
it now. I'm
Yo,
looking at it
look,
right
he
look.
now.
catches a
Just because I
lot
brought
of
him up, bro.
yeah, he
If
catch a
you
lot of
watch him,
bodies.
if you watch him, bro, be catching lobs in the air with one hand. Well, bro is nice.
Come on, bro.
Nah, he
Bro
catch
is
bodies,
and,
bro.
and
Oh
he gets
yeah.
steals and shit. Bro is
Bro,
nice.
if you
I'm
got a
gonna check
prospect
him out.
passing with one arm, like, come on, bro. That's mad difficult.
It
Facts.
is, and he get it. He shoot well. He get
And
his
he
shots
was
off.
6'6"? I think he's 6'6".
Did he go to
Yo,
college or did he play?
Yeah, he's in the college.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
I didn't
Man,
know.
I ain't even trying to be that kind of guy to be. That's I'm come on now.
I
I'm
mean, we
just
need a
trying to be.
point guard.
Man, check
Come
out his
on now.
highlights before you say no, priest.
I
I'll
look,
check
but
him.
I just
Yo,
can't.
he
I wouldn't
getting
be able
Yo,
to get
big
over
though.
that. I mean, you playing against the best in the world and
yo,
not having both of
I
your.
promise you, look, if he was on this team right now, he may be the most athletic guy on the team with one arm right now.
By
Bro,
far,
bro
By
got
far.
bounce and he's
by
quick as
far.
hell.
By
Bro
far.
got bounce, he's quick as hell, and he hustle like a motherfucker, bro.
I mean, all right. I ain't gonna say no more negative stuff.
Nah,
I want him all the
yeah,
best.
nah. I didn't know he was gonna be in the draft until Jay told me,
Yo,
but
that
I know
nigga
who he
shoot
is though.
threes and everything.
Yeah, I
Yo,
didn't know he was gonna be in the draft either.
So
his
what?
highlight reel is crazy because I seen him on Twitter. I mean, on Instagram. I watched him on Instagram.
So anybody outside of Igor and Fears for point guard that y'all looking at?
Yeah, nah. Because they
You got
ain't that
Proctor.
many. All you got is Nolan Trayor,
Yo,
and
he
then you got
snatched the
Walter Clayton,
rebound.
and then you got Proctor.
And
Yeah.
that's
Basically,
crazy because Nolan Trayor was supposed to be a top
Yeah, he
four
was supposed
pick
to be
when this
top
whole
5 pick.
process
Yeah.
started, and now he like in the mid teens.
yeah, nah, because he wasn't shooting well. He wasn't playing well at the beginning of the season, and that dropped his stock, just like Yagor. But he
Yeah, but
dropped way further.
yeah, but look at the players he playing against. Them guys look like they from the YMCA, man.
Oh,
The players
you
is
know
that
what?
guy with the one arm.
Oh. I mean,
Oh, he went to
when
look
you
it
got
up. Sky
one,
crazy.
when you got one arm, I mean, you really don't got a choice. So, like, but if you getting cooked by somebody with one arm, like, how does that
Yo,
look
he
on you
cooking
as a?
people though.
How does that look on you as a player?
Work.
Oh shit!
See, look, man.
I
I
keep
don't mean
hearing
to
Ben. I
laugh at
keep
it.
hearing Ben Seraph's
He
name too.
might be really good,
Oh,
but you know
I
how
forgot.
other teams would look at us if we drafted a
BTB
player with one
sent him in the
arm.
comment.
We would never.
Oh, Ben Sirott, I don't
I'll
like his
give up.
game,
I give
bro.
up then.
Hold
It's
on, y'all. I
I
want
give
to
up.
see what the Ice guy say about Ben Seraph.
Ben, right? Ben is a decent player, but when I watch him, I always feel like there's something missing with his game, and I don't know what it
Me
is.
too. I don't
And
know what it is
I
missing
can't
with
put,
Ben.
you know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what it is, but when I watch him, I'm just like, no, that's not. I don't like that player. It's not
No,
somebody
it
I
don't
would.
seem appealing. I
Yeah,
don't know
I don't
what
know.
it
I
is.
can't figure it out, bro. I could watch him and be like, I just don't like something about it's missing something.
See, that's the thing about getting them overseas players. They look good amongst other players like them, but when they get here, not everyone transition into the NBA right.
Unless you Luka.
Alan, you
Yeah.
seen Ben Sirott play?
Yeah, I'm not really high on him. I'm not
Me
even gonna
neither.
hold
I'm
you.
not.
Or
I'm not that.
what do you think is missing with his game? If you know,
I don't really know. Like,
His shot is predictable. He do the same shit over and over.
is that what it is?
it might be.
It
It
just
might
look
be.
the same. Like he score and then later on in the drill or later in the game, it looked like he's doing the same move. You can't do the same move over and over and think that it's cool.
That's because these people don't have no bag no more.
That might be what it is. That
He
might
kind
be
of
what
give
it
me
is.
like.
I don't know.
He
There's
kind of give me
something.
like what's his name? He kind of give me like Goran Dragic vibes. Like, I don't know, bro.
I'm trying to see, dude, like, cause I know Trey got a bag. I know
Fears got a bag.
yeah,
They like
Fizz got a
Rowdy.
bag. I think Queen got a bag a little bit.
Yeah.
I ain't even got to talk about Cooper Flag and all them people, but
right.
A lot of these guys, man, they don't got no bag. They ain't what they said on the Last Dragon, man, ain't got no moves.
You gotta teach me some moves.
It's like he got the same move over and over.
Yeah. Can you teach me some moves? Like, yo.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of
yes,
these people don't got
sir.
it
He
back.
got the same
D'Angelo
move.
Russell.
Yo. Yeah.
Nah, he
I
don't.
don't see him
D-Lo got a
on
bag.
game. No, I'm talking about in terms of Ben Saraf. I don't think he a D-Lo.
Yo.
What up, Pete? I
could
see
be
you in
wrong
the
though.
chat, Pete. What up, net fans? You know, I see you, bro.
Hey, shout
That's
out to
crazy.
Pete, man.
That joker said he needs some moves. Can somebody on the team teach him some moves? I don't know.
Yo.
He need moves.
I don't know about him. Like this, I always say there's something missing when I watch him.
Yeah,
Something
it's
missing. I
something
don't
missing
like
when I
about his
watch
game.
him.
Like and I don't know what it is.
JP in the comments said Yang can play that Chinese connection. That would be great for the Nets.
They looking at that. The overseas international.
And that's the type of dude that old Joe Tsai would take too.
Yeah, no, he's nice. I just think he's too slow.
They got enough scouts.
I just think he's really slow.
Nah, he not no bum priest. He nice.
Yeah, they've been scouting him for like 2 years now, but I just think he's
I'm just talking about like a lot of the guys that we done had of that Asian persuasion ain't been it. Like E.G. Leon and all these people. I mean,
but he could hoop though. But I just think he's slower than Zach.
and we know I don't like slow-footed centers. Like,
Yeah,
we saw how I trashed Zach Edey for a whole.
Real slow. He's real slow.
Yeah, he real slow.
He got good basketball IQ though.
Forever.
He got good basketball IQ and he could pass.
But in the pick and roll league with
Is Jokic the only exception in terms of being slow?
Man, Jokic is elite at everything else though.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he's elite. What he's elite at, I haven't watched Yang enough. I just know he could score, he could pass for sure. Defense is, you know what I mean, is all right.
He got good touch around the rim.
Yeah, he could score. He made when he played in the combine, like it was light work for him. You know what I'm saying? It was too easy. So
yeah, he did his thing in the combine.
Yeah, so against like NBA, I don't know. I don't know what his defense or anything is going.
I was surprised. What's his name? I was surprised Tahad Pettiford went back to the league.
Yeah, my son was talking about Duke. He a point guard from Duke, right?
Yeah,
nah, he played for Auburn.
Oh, my bad. But I heard about he was in
he was killing in the combine.
He had went far in the tournament, but he didn't play good, right? In one of those last games.
Nah, he did play good.
In one of the last games he played, I think he played bad.
I mean, Auburn went pretty far, if I'm not mistaken. So
okay, but the point is, I heard of him. I'm gonna close out soon, probably like in the next 15 by like 10.
Yeah, let me ask Ice this question.
Hold on, let me just say, Big Priest, you on X? You on X?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
I'm saying that
I don't be on there because it'd be crazy.
No. But what I'm saying
is,
up there. Just check for my shorts. Sometimes I do the shorts and you in the clips, Priest. So I just wanted to send you the content on X if I could, but just check for it on my page then.
I wanted to ask.
Big fan, Breeze. I'm about to add you.
Okay.
That's what's up. Go ahead, Ice. I mean, Joey.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Ice and Elam. I know we talked. I like Renard. We talked about Renard. We talked about Wolf.
Yeah.
We talked about Hanson, Yang. How do y'all feel about Rocco? And Sean Marks actually went to go see him play. How y'all feel about Rocco?
Oh man, potential.
I'm already following you.
Yeah, he's got potential, but I don't. Okay. He's not. He's what is it? 7'1" or 7'3"? I don't remember what he is.
He's 7'1".
Yeah,
message me, Priest, so that way I know I can send you the content.
I think he's 7'3" actually, if I'm not mistaken.
What's his last name?
I'm on the thing right now. I don't know about him, Joey. He's all right. He needs work, but he has potential to shoot the three and do all. You know what I mean? I gotta watch him.
I will say one thing I noticed about him. I know Priest said he don't like slow-footed centers. Rocco can move his feet for his size.
Yeah. What's his last name?
He's 7'4". Zayarski.
And that's why I like Common, because Common is mobile. You know what I'm saying?
He's 7'4", and he's about to be 19.
Wait, so hold on. Let me ask this: if Fizz and Kaman is on the board at 8, y'all still
Fierce.
take Fizz?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm taking Molly Walk, bro.
Nah, I'm taking Fizz.
You tripping?
Hey,
I'm
if
taking Fizz.
I'm gonna
Let's
take
let's
Molly
hear
Walk.
let's
Fizz
I'm gonna
hear.
is
try to
the
move up to
Hold
get
on. Yeah,
Ego.
one mic. Let's hear both sides. Let's hear why you would take Fizz, and let's hear why Notorious would take Kamala.
Oh, because I'm taking Fizz because Fizz is nice. You know what I'm saying? Like Fizz is nice. Nah, but Fizz, like Big Pre said, you seen what he did in the tournament. He raised the level of the team. You know what I mean? And he went from nobody to a somebody. You know what I mean? He went from a nobody to a somebody in a short in a season. And even right now, his highlights is you can't go nowhere on the internet without seeing Fizz right now or on anybody's platform. Fizz is everywhere. I mean, and he got all he do everything, bro. And I feel like Reynard is a center that I would take later. But you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, I absolutely love that analogy, and I wouldn't be mad if that happened. I think Fears is like Kyrie-esque, and I love Renard. However, I think you pick Molly Walk because I feel like the Nets just need that anchor in the paint. They need that dominant big man. We haven't had one in so fucking long, and I think Molly Walk got the skill set to do that. We've seen him in the combine. He's shooting threes. He can move his feet. He plays defense. He can finish around the rim. He just gotta, work on his shot, and you know what I mean. And I think, you know what I mean. Once that happens, shit, we might have an all-star center on our hands. I'm gonna take the talented big guy over the talented small guy 7 days out of the week. Now, especially if we can get a point guard later on in the draft with one of those late first round draft picks.
I'm not mad at that.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind because they were teammates. I wouldn't mind if you got Malawak and you got Proctor as a point.
Oh, and that's what I'm about to say. There's plenty of
But
ways
I
to
think
do it.
I think the drop off after because I mean Harper's the best point guard of the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the drop off after Fears is immense, personally.
True.
So yeah, the point guard position. So I think you can get bigs, solid bigs, throughout the draft. So to do what all Joey want to do, so that's the only reason I would go. And I think our biggest need is point guard. I think if you put Fears next to Cam Thomas, that opens up the floor for Cam, makes it easier on him.
Yeah.
And barring you don't trade Claxton helps with Fears helps Claxton as well.
Oh, a lot.
So, but how do y'all feel about people saying that Igor Domin is a better backcourt mate with Cam Thomas because of his size?
Neither
He would
one of
fit
them
better
play
with Cam.
defense. I mean, he tall, but they'd be tall getting cooked, man. I ain't look.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. I never agreed with that.
True.
Height don't make
I like Jeremiah Fears, but a lot of people look down on the fact of having two small guards in the backcourt.
Plenty of ways
But a
to
lot of
build a
teams
team.
do it. If you got rim protection and stuff, you can accomplish it.
I mean,
Cleveland got
do
two
it.
small guards. They won 65 games. So
Yeah,
I think that's a bit overstated.
We got two 7-foot dudes in the front court too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they got Allen and Mobley, but I mean, it still kind of works.
Yeah, but that's the reason, Joey. That's the reason why all these teams want to run double big lineup because majority of the time your point guard ain't gonna be. Majority of the time, your point guard gonna be 6'4" or shorter. Every once in a while, I mean, now they're getting taller, but majority your average point guard size is like 6'4", between 6 foot and 6'4". You know what I mean?
I think we could do it either way, and I'm comfortable with either way. And what preset makes perfect sense. I think it's more talented big man in this draft than it is point guards. So if, you know what I mean. So I wouldn't be mad at picking Fears at 8 and just getting him out, nabbing him, and taking him off the board. You know?
Yeah.
Because I've already said I'm willing to trade up to get him. So that's just where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to trade up to get old
If we
Fears.
could get
You
Jeremiah
think
Fears.
Charlotte would do a deal with us at 4?
That's what I'm looking at.
I don't know.
Because I think Charlotte would be more inclined, because we got to remember, Charlotte already want to get off of Mike Williams. So Common would be perfect for them if we're keeping it real.
Yeah.
So it might be some kind of deal. We have a trade in place with them. They take Fears and we take Common and we do the swap. You know, that's happened before.
It's all interesting, man. I looked at it X. They got it down to the day. It's 26 days left before we actually get this thing rolling, man. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Hold on.
Everybody who like baseball, the Yankees finna play the Dodgers on Apple TV. So go ahead, tune in if that's you.
Hold on. JP Liberty said Fizz needs a good center that can shoot. Listen, I think both of y'all make valuable points, man. I see both of them being good for the Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas could run a pick and pop with Kaman Malawa. He could, shoot the three with the long ball above the 3-point line, or he could pick and roll and get to the rim. Fizz, he's going to play downhill. He's going to draw double teams, and I could see him being a kick and drive type of guard. And that's grace, according to what I heard from Ice, because a lot of defense can't stay in front of him. He gets to the basket when he wants. That's what I heard. So yeah, I'm interested, man. I'm interested. Shout out to all the net fan content creators, net fans, all of y'all. Shout out to Netorious. Shout out to This Is JTV, Brooklyn LM, Scott, Ice from Tip Off for Brooklyn Nets podcast. Oh, my fault. Could y'all hear me?
Nah, you definitely disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking pressed mute by mistake. I was giving a shout out to this. Did y'all hear the shout outs?
Yeah.
I shout out all of y'all out and said thank y'all for the the work we doing. We don't know what's going to happen on draft day, but we all doing the work. So shout out to all of y'all Nets fans. He said Denman is not a good defender. You take the best player regardless of height. Nets need talent. Look at Garland and Mitchell. If you need defense in the backcourt, you do it. Your backcourt is cooking.
But Denman not a good defender. But Denman not a good defender or a good scorer.
Exactly.
So
at least with Fizz, you getting playmaking, you getting scoring.
Hey, if I want a nigga to pass, I'll just go sign Chris Paul. I mean, come on, like what are we doing?
I mean, we already have somebody on this team that could pass.
God damn.
That's funny as hell. Yo.
Like that dude is bad on both things. He can pass really good. He's a good passer. But that's crazy.
His stock dropped.
I'll be weak if Chicago took Diego.
I like the analogy that between them. I see a lot of teams trying to have two tall bigs, not just the Cavs. You see it happening in Dallas. You see it happening with Wemby and the Spurs. The two bigs in the front court has spelled success in the NBA. So I definitely agree with Nets fans. About on that note. Yeah, man. But we'll see. But I do know that. It's I always like to emphasize the point. Jordi Fernandez he was assistant coach when Jokic started getting busy right before he became an MVP, and he's seen Sabonis, so he's seen a big man. He's seen the offense being run through a big man, but he also seen Murray. He also seen Fox. But to whoever said the culmination of getting a point in a big in this draft, I think that is the goal. How they pair that up, I don't really know, but I think that is the goal, to get a point guard and a big in this draft. That's a fact.
Yep, that's the goal.
Imagine Chicago take Diego and they do a Diego and Josh Giddey backcourt.
I seen that too. I seen them talking about that. It's
Good for them. Go for it.
Their backcourt is already set though.
I know. It was just be mad funny if that was their
and I
thinking.
want Renaud. The
Yeah,
French
Renaud.
man.
Yeah,
The
Renaud.
French center.
I think and Fizz is 18 too, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 18.
Yeah, Fairs 18. Yeah.
He just turned 18.
Yeah.
Fairs is gonna be good. I like Fairs. I think
Yeah.
because
Those
I was
two would do us justice.
I had to start looking at it because once that Luka trade happened, I ain't feel good about the lottery no more.
And then
So
shoot for Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Richard might be
I
there
started looking at it
around.
and I really like Fairs game. And
And
Fairs
we
showed me
hit-
something in that tournament.
We hitting in
And
all
also,
cylinders.
these. I just trying to look at players that got winning intangibles. That's why I like Danny Wolf. Danny
Me
Wolf is
too.
a winner.
Yeah, I like
You
Danny
know,
Wolf.
so
They
I mean,
say
he a winner there.
They say Fierce is a clutch shooter. So that's
Yeah,
that's a
Fierce
winner.
is
He
cold blooded,
performed in the
man.
clutch, and he definitely performed in the clutch this college
He
Played
down
season.
there beat
Danny
UConn in the
Wolf.
tournament.
Hey,
So
look,
keep it.
Yeah.
Ruckus played Danny Wolf, and he lit their ass up.
Is he legit 6'4"?
I know Ace had 10
Like
points. I
with
know. I
shoes on,
remember.
Yeah,
I was talking about that game earlier.
with
you
shoes
can't fuck
on, he's
with Danny.
6'4". He's like
Oh, okay.
6'2" and a
They
half, or
got bigs that can move.
damn
He
near
could probably
6'3".
still grow. Mike can grow to 6'5".
Well, they say he just grew like an inch and a half.
Yeah, he might can grow if he grows to like 6'5", 6'6".
Michigan came to Rutgers with two bigs.
And we have
they
to
killed
realize too that there are always gems in every draft.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's
There are
true.
gems in every draft.
Yes,
A
there is.
guy in the late first round, second round, whatever, that turn out to be really good players. So
Yeah,
that's something
they
we
don't
got
have to
to
be
think about as
superstars,
well.
but they good players.
No, I mean that they no. Some of them turn out to be superstars.
Some of them turn out to be stars.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
So
have y'all seen that dude center Yannick Cohen Niederhauser?
Oh yeah, I
um,
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he
I
on the
haven't
list.
seen
I
him.
don't know about him, but he on the list. I'm gonna go to him right now. We can read his summary and see what they say.
Yeah, he was center. He the center for Penn State. He was the center for Penn State.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
definitely seen
Priest,
him
I
on the
know you
list while I was listening to y'all.
Priest, I know you a UConn fan. Where you think
hmm
Liam McNeely is gonna end up?
Um,
He in there you go. But yeah,
I think he'll be maybe like 13. He was top 10 too, so he dropped off too.
yeah, because
He
he
was
had
considering going back
Hold
to
on,
school.
right? Hold on. The reason why I agree with Ice over Notorious for the Mile Walk and Fizz conversation is because the draft got like 3, 4, 7-footers, bro. Like 3, 4 of these dudes are 7-footers. Yannick, who else, bro? I know I ain't tripping. Danny Wolf,
Yannick, Danny Wolf,
that's 2
Paul
right there.
Brenner,
yeah,
Carl Brenner, that's
um,
3.
Rocco
Raynard,
That's
Sikarsky,
enough.
Yeah, we're gonna
Raynard,
We
get
could
one of
get
them.
one of them,
We
bro.
gonna
We
get
could get
one.
Raynard,
one.
yeah, Rugo.
We gonna get one.
Rugo. Yeah, you can get a
We
big.
gonna get
It's
a
like
big.
7. I think
We
it's
need
7 of
one
them.
7-footer. It don't have to be the. We don't have to use our 8th pick for it. That's
No,
all.
no,
That's
you
all.
I
don't.
forgot Caspers was up here.
Yeah, I
He
think
might be our
the
pick.
number one need, of course, and I'm always say this, is the point guard position. Right?
Do
It's still a point guard driven league. It's still a lead guard driven league.
y'all like him though?
So
Big Priest and you like Caspers?
I like them better than the men right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably better than
I
Jaeger.
like him better than Jago here.
Yeah, I
Drake
do.
Powell would
But
be amazing here
I
too.
don't love a lot of these point guards though outside of that top 10.
He's okay though.
Right.
He's 6'6".
Yeah,
He's
Dylan
Once
and
you get
Fizz is the
past
only point guards for me.
Fizz, VJ, and Harper, I mean,
he's okay.
and they
I
might be
ain't
a diamond in
saying
the rough, but
he
based off of
might
what I've
be.
seen, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
But most
Yeah,
of the point guards dropped out, like Boogie, Tahad,
yeah,
like
if Boogie Flam was still there, yeah, now you're talking about something.
But he can score better than the man. This guy.
Man, the man should have went back to school.
This guy can really get down.
I don't understand how
he can
your
put up
draft stock
numbers.
dropped from top 4 to mid teens to now you don't. He could go later than that, actually. And why
if
you
Jago is
wouldn't
still
be?
there at 19, I'll be highly surprised.
I think he will.
He might go higher.
He definitely could.
I think he's gonna drop back into the second round.
Nah, he's too. I don't know. Nah, I don't think he's
I
gonna
don't
go that
know.
far.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't know if he'll drop
I'm
that
being
far,
real
but he
mean
can
now.
definitely drop.
But I think he
down
can drop
into
though.
the. I think early 20s he can drop into that range.
Yeah.
I do.
That being realistic, yeah.
He unless and I ain't watched the combine, so maybe you could tell me, Ice, how did he perform at the combine?
Who was that?
Jaeger.
Oh, he did good. He did good. He did good at the combine. He shot better than he ever shot in his life at the combine.
He tried to get a
Yeah,
job.
for
You know
real.
what I mean?
Man, Chris Johnson,
They
man.
liked everybody, everything about him in the combine. So that's why I said he might move back up. He was, I think he was one of the combine riders, if I'm not mistaken.
He not
So
going to go back up to top 10 though.
no,
No.
He's somewhere. He might move towards the end, like 15 or 16 or something
Yeah,
like that.
because they had him in about that range. So anywhere between, well, you would say probably anywhere between 12 and 20, depending on who picking and what's the need is.
Yeah.
I seen Cedric Coward moving up too.
Hey,
I see his name going on.
that dude is so they was talking about taking him somewhere between after us, like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like they said that he could be in the lottery picked up.
And
They
you know
comparing him
what?
to Kawhi
After
Leonard?
watching this last year's NFL draft, I know that ain't nothing set in stone and things could change, people can move.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But to me, he plays like he plays to me reminds me of Bridges.
you know what I've been quietly hoping? I've been quietly hoping that Dylan Harper or Ron Harper is making his son look bad in the league and all that stuff, so he can drop like Shador.
Yeah,
So he can drop like Shador, and we go ahead and grab him at 8.
Yo, that would be imagine Dylan Harbour dropped to 8. There got to be some. We might be living in an alternate reality or universe because
No, I don't see him dropping. The only one that I can see dropping, and this is just to like 6 or something, is Ace. I can see
Yo,
Ace
who is
dropping.
this? Who's this Cedric Coward dude? Who is this dude?
Yo.
out of Washington State, man.
Yeah,
6'6" wing.
nice too. He got.
I think the Kawhi comparison might kind of be accurate. I don't know, but
yeah.
But Kawhi couldn't shoot.
He's between
This
Kawhi
guy
and
could
Bridges.
shoot. Why they give him
yeah,
that?
he got like a Mikal Bridges Kawhi game. High key.
Okay.
Yeah, and his measurements is crazy. His athletic ability is crazy. His shot making he shot high at the combine.
Yeah.
And
But that's the problem when you're shooting at the combine, shooting under no pressure with no
different
defenders
than shooting
is different
in the
than shooting
league,
in the game.
Yeah.
I'd have had times when I'd have made 10 threes in a row, but got in the game and went 0 for 5. You know what I'm talking about? So
when you
it was
make
like,
10
damn.
threes in a row, man.
Man, when I was younger, man, I'm an old man now. It was more like 8, but I'm fluffing it up. So, you know what I'm saying?
You in the same boat, Big Creed. That's what I shot, like 7 or 8 straight, and that's all I can get.
Nah. We're gonna let that legend live. That's a real legend, man. We're gonna let it live, man. Big Creed said 8.
Matter of fact, I remember I was in Germany. I remember it like it was yesterday.
The rim was 5 feet, right?
No, the rim was regulation. Scott, don't play with me, bro.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna end the show on a good note. We're gonna end the show with hitting 8 threes in Germany, man. We don't need no backstory. We don't need to know who it against. We just know Big Priest hit 8 threes in Germany. We're gonna end the show like that. That's a fact. Shout out to Notorious Brooklyn, LM, Scott, Big Priest, Leaf, the Eskimo. This is JTV. All of y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. And I apologize if I forgot y'all name. Shout out to the entire chat. We're gonna be back with more content really soon. As y'all already know, game 6 of the ECF conference finals. Eastern Conference Final is 8 o'clock tomorrow. So
close it out. Close it out, Pacers.
Yeah, so we looking for the Pacers to close it out for sure. I imagine it's gonna be an exciting game. I'm gonna go on right after the game. Y'all know me. I'll probably have like a 20-minute gap between
my hate watch is not complete until tomorrow. It's not complete.
That's right.
My hate watch is not complete.
That's it will be complete though, because they finna get up out of here.
Oh yeah, I hope it is complete.
I can't
tomorrow
rest
night.
until they get eliminated.
Facts. I can't.
And they can't go to the finals, and nobody want to hear Cat say, "Oh my God!" in the finals. Man. Come on, man.
Right. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, we're gonna be back with more content really soon, right after the game. Gotta get early, guys. I got to. But yeah, this is a dope podcast. I couldn't clip it up. I decided to let it run. I ain't gonna clip up every episode. Sometimes it's too much momentum to cut it off at 2 hours. I just let it rock, man. Fuck it. And listen, fans, I know it's a hard ask. I know chat, it's a hard ask to listen to the playback. You know what I'm saying? It being a 3-hour podcast and all, but I guarantee you it's great content. Nets fans is the best fans. We're gonna be back with more content really soon. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, y'all.
Peace.